Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online as usual, but today I'm going to be doing my Lore Master, which was voted on a poll yesterday actually, and going to be leveling in Lothlorien. And I'm very excited to test out some stuff in Lothlorien. I think as I put in the title, maybe, that I'm really interested to see how fun this zone is, because it is a zone that I've always had fun questing in, but it's been a long time since I've actually done a full playthrough, especially the Lothlorien part of Lothlorien. Usually I go through the Dimrill Dale part there, and that part is very good. Okay, we might be back. I was actually talking for a little bit. Basically my PC temporarily crashed, but it didn't completely crash where I had to restart it. But I am going to get back in game in a moment. You all should still be able to see it up, but I don't know what all of this was caught. But I was rendering a video and then uploaded a video at some point before the stream, and I did not close out all the programs. Usually I don't need to, but perhaps that did cause some issues, so I'm just actually closing everything out and checking Task Manager for any other potential issues. Hopefully I don't need to restart my PC. That's what I'm trying to get ahead of before we do run into more issues, but it looks like everything, according to my performance on the Task Manager, that tab, everything looks okay right now. So I hope y'all enjoyed the view of the Lothlorien map. It's a pretty nice map, and some exciting areas, as I again don't remember what actually all was caught. I also can't quite see the chat. Chrome again is not working. Everything else besides Chrome actually looks like it's working, so I will exit Chrome out. Okay, OBS is there. Let's restart Chrome, because I cannot see the, well, I guess I can see the chat, but I can't see anything going on with my stream without Chrome, and I cannot actually even click that on the little thingy. Okay, let's just end all the process trees for Chrome and Task Manager. That actually worked. Usually that takes a while to finally end the right one to kill everything. Okay, so I also am not having in-game audio. Hopefully the audio is playing on the stream, but it looks like I don't have any in-game audio playing right now. Let's see, yeah. I wonder if I might need to restart LOTRO if the audio is not working. That is a potential issue. Okay, it looks like my mic is working. I was able to unmute myself. I got the stream back up where I can see that, but I will have to restart the game, I believe. So Pettigrew, you heard YouTube is having some issues today with streaming. YouTube has been having issues with streaming, as in like likes are not showing up. That much I know. I don't know about any other issues with streaming on YouTube, but okay. Yep, my account logged in somewhere else, so we should be up in a moment. I have started adding so many things to OBS, I believe this is. While we actually get up, y'all can see what's going on. Any opportunity I get to show that map, I usually try to take it, but we are loading in now, and hopefully the audio starts to work back into the Lore Master. I believe I saw the little audio ticker go up when I at least hit Enter Middle Earth. But while this is getting up, now that Chrome is back working, I believe, I did want to say hello to Eduardo, Ozcrow, and Mistweaver88, Telegar, and Jonathan, and Pettigrew as well, and Stonecoat. Okay, yeah. I can hear the audio working all fine now. So let me make sure everything else is set up as it should be. And I do believe, after the slow start, everything is working again. This is going to be unfortunate for people that watch this stream as like a regular video, because it has taken quite a few minutes, I would guess. It looks like a little over 6 minutes to actually get started. This is a repeatable quest that I have previously completed. I will accept this, but as far as what I'm going to do today, I plan to settle into Lothlorien and try to find out if this zone is still as fun as it used to be for me. There's some concerns I have because I don't know if I ever completely finish like every single quest in Lothlorien, so that'll be interesting for me to actually see if it is fun. I know there are a lot of repeatables like these. I don't plan to necessarily do these repeatables unless I need to. I've kind of finished everything in the Dimmrill Dale, so I was wanting to head into the Lothlorien side and mainly see if that part is fun. So I did pick up those quests, but I probably will not do them to start. They would be... Where would they be? Oh, that's for Mirkwood. Not going to be going to Mirkwood on this character. Okay, so that is in Moria. Probably can go ahead and cancel that. I don't need to cancel it though. This is one I want to track. Oh, my tracker is full. Yeah, these two I want to untrack. The special, that is why I didn't see them. They were in the special tab there. Also, a bit of news is I do have a... Ooh, I think I lost that as well. I have a watch page available for tomorrow's video, which will be a premiere. If anybody wants to comment on what time is good for them to watch premieres, I can actually change the time on that. I basically have 2 time slots that I could do that. One is, let's see, 11 a.m. would be tough. Maybe I should actually just keep it where it is at 8 a.m. my time, which would be 9 a.m. Eastern time. Looks like I have some Hobbit gifts to open. Saving the Virtue XP again for the bonus Virtue weekend coming up in exactly 1 week from now is when it will start, I believe. Alright, so we need to kill some of the protected deer, unfortunately, as a poaching quest. It isn't something I really want to do, but it's something that I need to do. Wonder if there's anything up in this tree. Just a discovery. I wonder if these discoveries, if I do on this character actually do everything in Lothlorien, including all the deeds. I am curious if I would need to discover this, and it does look like you need to do the Lorien lookouts, but they don't offer Virtue XP. Let's see, that guy's not protected, so we won't kill him. That actually makes it sound even worse. I only want to kill them if they're protected animals at this moment. Protected deer specifically for deer meat. I, again, don't want to do that, but I have to do it for a quest. I feel like, no, even the silverneck doe, maybe this one, the little fawn, that is protected. Especially as a lore master, you're supposed to be animals, or friends of animals as a lore master, so this feels like, let's see, it already feels extra bad because they're protected. It feels extra bad. -8 reputation, that also feels bad. This might end up being one of my least favorite quests in the game, just because of this. Actually, as far as least favorite quests go, unfortunately that would have to go to many of the quests in Lothlorien. Even with all the stuff in this quest, I dislike some of the ones in Lothlorien even more. Yeah, when I don't use my big cooldowns, all the damage over time effects, it takes so long to build the damage over time effects up, and then they do relatively low damage. So it's very slow with the Lore Master, even though the damage over time can be built up decently. It takes a while to start building it up in the first place. So without using strong cooldowns, that is something I still will have to get used to on this character as we go throughout this more. I thought I saw a lot more of the fawns. They must have run away since I'm so scary right now. I cannot find them anymore. I might as well, if I really am going to go through all of Lothlorien and do the deeds. I should go ahead and at least kill all these other wild beasts, wild animals for that deed. But yeah, as far as what I'm going to do today, besides Lothlorien, as usual, I will probably log on to my warden and just check which missions there are, either as an intermission or at the end of the stream. Haven't quite decided fully on that when I want to do those, but it is something I at least want to check. I don't know if we'll run actually any missions. That's why it might be good to do sometime in the middle, just check on that if we get to a good breaking point. I really like Lothlorien though, the landscape, of course. Such an unusual zone, of course it is. Like, this is almost like you're not even outside with the trees here. It's like there's just a ceiling, almost like Moria, but very different than Moria. Very importantly, very different than Moria. And of course you do see this guy over here, but just all the colors and that type of stuff. Also, I will point out this part of Lothlorien I have actually rarely been to. I don't even recognize this rock thing, and I feel like it should be a memorable looking thing. This is a very nice looking field. So Mark Leon, I do not know how to get the Hunter Lothlorien teleport point. I'm guessing you mean to Karis Gladden, which by the way, on Karis Gladden, somebody in my last stream I did on this character pointed out it was like a TH sound for the DH, like the Glathen, but then somebody else pointed out it's more like a than or then rather than a thin type TH noise, or like with. So I think it would be like Gladden. Oh, don't want to use Lightning Storm. Oh well, that bear can be extra dead. I don't even know where my Bog Guardian went, but I'm in combat with something. Anyway, I just wanted to check this rock out because I don't think I've been to this place in Lothlorien before. But yeah, for the Hunter port, I'm not sure. I would guess it's reputation based and there's probably some barter, if there even is a Hunter port. I don't know enough about Lothlorien to even know if there is a Hunter port there. Oh, there's actually one of the protected fawn that I need to kill. I see 3 of them. One here, and then the other one's running away. And then there is one right there to the right. Alright, we got these 3, and that should be the last of the animal cruelty going on in this stream. At least protected animal cruelty. Of course, all the other ones I actually need for deeds, and they don't affect my reputation. I wonder if you use a reputation boost if you would lose double reputation. I almost feel like it should work that way, but I don't know if it does. Alright, so quest-wise, I believe I have some things to turn in on the eastern side. I do have, I guess, in the Dimril Dale side, west of the Nimrodel River there. I think that's the Nimrodel is the name of the river, but anyway, west of that, I still have something there at that. I guess it's the dwarf camp, maybe, is why I am poaching and working against the Gladrim there. Or Glad. That would be Gladrim, I guess. It's something that is so unusual to me, pronouncing DH with a TH type sound. But if that is the proper way, correct way, I guess, to pronounce these things, that is something I should be working on. See, for the road, I actually think I should go south here. Oh no, that one gave me minus reputation. I didn't even realize that. That was a kind of weak lightning storm. Yeah, the fawn doesn't even count as something for a deed. Oh no, that is my Bog Guardian. He just went aggressive on that. He did not like that fawn. I thought we were done with killing the protected animals, but at that time my Bog Guardian thought otherwise. I forget what debuff Wizard's Fire puts on. There was a Wizard's Fire debuff icon on the enemy. I'm actually curious what that was. If it was from flanking, maybe? Could have been from something else, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's what Burning Embers looks like when you upgrade it to Searing Embers. So that is what that icon was about. So I have 2 quests ready to turn in, an into poaching and a poaching quest. And then I have the book quest, Leaves of Lothlorien. Soloborns, yeah, a lot of quests that are just ready to turn in. This one's actually in Moria and Durin's Way. I'm guessing this is for the Lothlorien instances, which are technically in Moria as far as I know. But I wasn't around then, but I would guess they came out when Lothlorien came out. They're part of Lothlorien instances, even though they are located in Moria, as far as I know. But anyway, with those instances, I believe that's what this quest, the Goodwill, is for. So that would explain why I only see a couple quests actually going on here. I do have the one in Serenum Roth up there, and then the one in the Far East. I wonder which one, I don't really know with Lothlorien which one it would be better to start with. I'm guessing the one in the Far East so I could get that milestone, but I honestly might even want this milestone here rather than the one way far in the east. This one also has a stable master, which is quite convenient with the milestone. That one is a little bit more distance away, I guess, from the stable master. So I think I will, before I forget, I also should get these subscriber town services, but I think I can do that a little bit later as long as I go ahead and sell. Right now I should be good on inventory space, it looks like, which is very unusual. Oh, looks like I have more junk than I'm sending to this character. It's only temporarily junk. It's going to be very useful and ultimately won't be junk. Oh, this requires level 60. Oh no, that is a very strong ring. That is a ton of finesse, especially for this level. Usually there's not much stuff with finesse at the lower levels. It starts to come in maybe around level 60, I don't know. There's some pieces like the one I have that has a little bit of finesse, but this is kind of crazy with that. And it's an upgrade in every other stat besides vitality, I guess. So I will get the bone ring. Oh, hunt protected boars. Okay, that one doesn't give good armor, but I feel like I should do, still, even with these poaching quests, I still feel like I should do those. Oh, this is more aiding the elves quest that I may or may not do.
Lord and Lady have need of your services.
Is Lothlorien to be the last strong
Hey, Rohan B. Okay, so inventory, I want to sell. That is the big thing I need to do here.
Did you need something?
As far as locking things go, reputation items, I don't believe there are any swords or anything like that. Power potions, I guess I can lock. Scholar, don't need those shoes. Crowd control duration, minus 25%. That is an interesting stat, but I don't want those boots. What I do want to lock is that new ring I got, the bone ring. I'll go ahead and just lock that in my inventory since I'm not seeing it here. And then everything else I believe I should be good to sell. One thing I also do want to point out is I don't think there are any task boards in Lothlorien. I'm guessing they don't want you to do tasks to boost up the reputation if it's still required. I think you still need reputation to actually get into Karis Glade there. But yeah, I don't think there are any task boards, so no need to save task items on this character for now. And now we are good. I guess I did kind of one quest set. I did one whole quest in that quest set, but I think we're actually good to go ahead and adventure out. I think I will start going far in the east and see what I get from that, then loop around and get the book quest and do whatever I can do along the way. So I believe traveling, I guess regular travel, no swift travel. We'll go ahead and take that and take a scenic view of Lothlorien, which is looking very nice at whatever time it is right now. We're actually playing in the middle of the day, which is nice. I seem to like to quest at nighttime, so it really is nice when I do get the opportunity to quest during daytime. Oh, the horse is actually going in the water, I think. For the stable master, because there is no other way. That's something I think I have realized before, but it's neat when you actually pay attention. Because it's so unusual. I think the Fort of Brunnen might be similar. I don't remember on that one though. Where in Trollshaws, it is split by a river, so I'm guessing the stable master just crosses the ford like that. Actually, I have a couple allies ready to reforge. That is either when my inventory just gets way too messy with loot that I need to sell, or when all my allies get ready to reforge. Either of those times I think would be good for me to go ahead and go back and get the subscriber town services. It looks like I only have 2 that need to level, and then my TL1 here, the second age one. Which, by the way, I should probably look at replacing this character's ally. I might have better staffs at this point. Or might be able to barter for a better staff at the least. Especially at this level, getting new ones usually is a lot better than keeping old ones because you can get more tactical damage rating, but I do not have a better staff at this point, it doesn't look like. Actually, I have 28 points available. What do we want? Fire skill, critical damage. That's one of those things. Actually, tactical skills, direct damage. That's what I'd want. But the fire skill critical damage, that is the type of thing that feels like one of the slower parts. While it's something that is useful, especially over time when you get crits and all that, that will help with the critical damage, but a lot of the fire damage is actually damage over time, so it'll help with the slowly built up part. I feel like part of the reason I like this zone so much, well, the questing, I mean specifically in the zone, is because of the environment. That is, again, one thing I'm going to try to focus on today is the actual quest and not get too much lost in the Lothlorien environment, as hard as that may be. I do want to, again, try to focus on the quest and see how fun the zone is, kind of remind myself. And I don't know if we'll get to it all today. Initially, I was thinking about doing this stream earlier and actually playing through a lot more of Lothlorien, but I'm not sure how much I will get through it today. But especially as we get towards the end, the later parts of the zone, really will be interested in seeing how it goes with that. Random relic pack, might as well open that, except it dismounts me. Alright, get back on the reindeer winter elk. Actually, for the thumbnail, I think I must have jumped or something. I took the screenshot. Either that or it just looked like the thing was floating, but it actually looked like a reindeer, as if it were flying or just taking off from the ground. That's why I'm thinking I jumped, but even doing a little jump right there, not quite sure. Okay, so Oscar, you said you like the second half of the quest in the zone, but the first feels too much like yo-yo quest. Alright, I will have to see. I'm guessing yo-yo means back and forth. I have never... Oh, we failed a poaching quest? Okay. Yeah, I don't mind failing those poaching quests, to be honest. Meditate at the peaceful glade. I also feel like this place I have not done all that much. I believe this might be for the Mirkwood book quest, but one can go ahead and accept that and then just ignore it as far as I am concerned. Oh, I need to do something up here. Light lanterns. I'm guessing there is a lantern? Or not? Banquet preparations? There's this green quest, banquet preparations. Yep, that should be right here. Oh, that's probably lighting the lanterns. I don't remember these quests all that well, to be honest. Circles. Oh, lanterns is to the north. Okay. But yeah, these quests that I'm doing right here, I think when I usually do Lothlorien, I probably start with going to the Saren Amroth place, and I'm realizing maybe that is Karen Amroth. Do not know. So the poaching quest, if you're talking about that only available during night, I think what happened was I turned in the into poaching quest, and that is I'm guessing what triggered the quest, the poaching quest, to actually fail.
A shadow falls beyond Lothlorien, against which we must be prepared. A shadow falls beyond Lothlorien, against which we must be prepared.
Yeah, I don't remember these quests all that well. I probably have done them once, but I really do think every time I've done Lothlorien, I start at that camp instead of way down here in the southeast. But they do seem a little bit familiar. This is probably the type of stuff I did way back.
Welcome to Lorien. May I have a word with you?
One time, I'm guessing either on like my warden or runekeeper or something. Oh, some of the Imlad Lalaith quests? Imlad Lalaith. Is that where I am? No, I'm in the vineyards. I do not know where that is. Yeah, okay, Imlad Lalaith. So some of these quests might only be available during the night. That is interesting. Oh, like with lighting the lanterns, that one could make sense if that's what you're talking about. I don't know, but we should be able to test that because it is afternoon right now. I will see if I can do it. But yeah, these quests, I'm guessing I did them like once or so. On one of my characters way back in the day when I was still fairly new to LOTRO, and I'd guess it would be my warden because I remember... Oh, I honestly don't know if I remember, but I think my warden is the one that did a lot of the Lothlorien questing. Looks like I need to, for this green quest, meat for the spit. So we do need to get actually cuts of boar meat. I guess they don't want me to kill protected boars though. I do need to gather some more grapes. See, I think this is actually where I got the vines. Oh, there's, yeah, the one I was targeting there. So these quests feel like the Oat Barton quest. That is not good. I guess it's for elves rather than hobbits, which... I don't know if that's better or worse, but probably better. With hobbits, it always feels like you're their servant, but I could also see it feeling the same way for elves, actually. Oh, now I need to crush the grapes in the tub. Am I just crushing them, or am I actually stomping on them? Okay, I think just crushing them there.
What news from abroad?
There we go, one done. But yeah, quests like these are not always bad. Sometimes they can be boring and feel like more chores than exciting quests, but we'll see how they go. If they drag on too long, that's usually when I have issues with things like this. If they drag on too long, but they can actually be a nice change of pace every once in a while. And it looks like I have to go outside to go to the... Oh, that's just boars. I don't actually need to do that right there. All the other quests are up to the north except Sweet Water, which is to the west, so we'll do that one. So what is that skill to the right of my crow summon? That would be the Feline Hunter. That's the saber-tooth cat. And I don't remember what level you get that. Maybe 56? Horned Woodlord. That one is protected. I was like, that one looks interesting, but it is protected. It also looks like it's aggressive. So we will avoid that one for the moment. I don't think in LOTRO you can actually become like hated, kind of like you can in WoW by certain factions. But that would be a little bit interesting to test, I feel like. I am supposedly carrying water, but I don't think there will actually be any water by the time I get back. I'm just like totally... I was at least totally letting it drop. Now I'm holding it level. Now that I jumped, but now that everything's now that all the water is gone, I'm holding it level. Alright, where are we dropping the water? Here? Here? According to the map, right here. Okay, that makes sense. Deliver the water. Alright, as long as the game or the elves believe that I actually delivered the sweet water, then I am satisfied with that quest. Oh, it looks like stuff is ready to reforge. We have 2 more allies. They have to get 4 more levels. before I actually do go to like Bree and do my subscriber town services stuff. I also think it is getting a little bit dark in here. It's actually 8:07, so it's starting to get darker a little bit later. It'll probably change a lot by the time it gets to summer. And Django, you're wondering how I am jumping so well? That is just the skills of the High Elf. And Pettigrew, you might argue with me. There are actually some things that I have thought about afterwards, after recording the video, after editing it, after uploading it, and after not after scheduling it, but before that part, that I probably should have rated a little bit differently, but overall it's okay. Okay, Pettigrew, I will not comment on that. I don't want to spoil any of the actual content in that, partially because I do have it as a premiere, which is scheduled for people that don't know. I don't think I ever did end up putting it in the chat, but it's scheduled for 8 a.m. tomorrow, which would be 9 a.m. Eastern time, server time, which is UTC -4 at the moment. Yeah, it's UTC -4 since we're in daylight savings. Okay, so that moose is protected. This one is not, and it's been a while since I've killed something, so unfortunately this moose is the first one that I have seen that is not protected. Okay, mushrooms. Mushrooms and berries. Buttons and berries, that's the name of the quest, but might have to actually cross this. I feel like this one could be called a river. It's pretty wide. Pretty wide in terms of a game. It's actually hard for me sometimes to call things rivers in this game just because they're kind of small. Which makes sense for a game, that they would not be as wide as like real life rivers, but that is actually something like this river. In real life, this would be a very small river, I would think. It'd be probably closer to a creek. I think a stream is a good catch-all term for things like that, but anyway, with that, it's kind of interesting to think about in games with rivers. They just usually have to be small. I think the Anduin River at this point is pretty big though. That one's actually wide and you can't really cross it, so it makes sense. Anyway, we can get on with the questing off of that. We're getting button mushrooms, that is right. So, Django, you said you found that with VIP and some gold you can get to Minnesithal farming in level 30 an hour just by planning. Yeah. So yeah, if you do have enough gold, as you said, and some gold, you can get all the farming stuff and just get to Minnesithal farming and level up. That's what some people do. There's actually something about, I don't remember which server this was on, but somebody was doing that to level up and got to level 130 just by, I don't think it was actually farming, but by baking pies, if I remember correctly. I'm at 53 out of, it would be a total of 300 that I need for the base layer and advanced layer for these wild animals. So it's probably the type of thing, assuming I actually do the full zone of Lothlorien deeds and all. This is something I should actually work on whenever I do see these wild animals, I feel like. Okay, so we're still getting the mushrooms and berries. I've actually gotten 3 mushrooms. That is not bad progress for me. So, Django Fett, you said that you know that summon does the best damage, but wouldn't I prefer the revive of the eagle? So, I probably don't want to invest the points. If I invested the points into the eagle, I would miss out on Nature's Fury, some of the stuff with Lightning Storm maybe even. I really don't want to miss out on that stuff, and I don't find the revive of the eagle to be all that useful unless I'm specifically getting myself into situations where I know that I might be needing that. But especially for something like this, I definitely don't feel the need of that. And the Bog Guardian might not do the best DPS. I actually do not know for sure compared to the Lynx. But the Lynx or Bog Guardian, either way, I think they're decent. And yeah, you want me to trade places with you in Moria. Yeah, Moria is a nice place to get out of, definitely. And get into Lothlorien is such a beautiful zone to get into. You can't see the sky all that well. Might be able to see it a little bit. So it's kind of an odd thing. You actually have a lot of tree-covered areas where you're almost not able to see the sky all that much like Moria, but it's way different than Moria, of course. It's still bright and actually colorful, and there is some more nature. There's some parts of Moria that actually have like green stuff growing. Looks like we're getting this protected moose, unfortunately. There. My Bog Guardian really I should probably put my Bog Guardian on guard mode rather than aggressive. I honestly don't even remember the Eagle's usefulness for group content. It might have some debuffs. I would have to actually look into that type of stuff. So Django, you said you have many things to say, and this is your first LOTRO stream that you've ever found and enjoyed. You're wondering what the difference between Alpha and High Elf is. So mainly slight differences in cosmetics. They do look a little bit different. I prefer the looks of the High Elves compared to the Elves, especially since the Avatar update, they made the regular Elves look like goblins, kinda. At least all my old Elves, especially my old Runekeeper, just looked like a goblin after that update, which is also around when the High Elves came out at least, so that's one big difference. I don't think I want to take the boat to Mirkwood, even though this character actually could. I have the quest for that and everything. And I am having trouble getting these mushrooms. They have all been by the shore, but I am at 5 out of 8. Looks like there's one way to the east here. I'm guessing the other side of the river could be a good option. And I don't know how my character is breathing right now. But there are some actual differences as well in the stats and that type of stuff. The racial traits are different. One that I find, actually there are a couple significant ones. First of all, the High Elves get a res. It's a 30-minute cooldown res, but the classes that can't usually res would actually have a res with us. So that one's pretty significant. Also the light type damage, plus 5% light type damage as a racial trait, which is good for a class such as Warden, or even, I suppose, Lore Master. We have like one light type damage skill. Minstrel as well, I would think. I think Minstrel, High Elves can be Minstrel, so that would be good, definitely for Minstrels. Their damage is light type. Okay, there should be, according to the map, one more button mushroom. There it is. This is a slow quest so far. Oh yeah, so the move with the eagle off of Burning Embers, that does do a lot of damage, but compared to what I have in the red line, again, I don't think that would be all that useful. I also think, if I remember correctly, that is not quite that good. Compared to what it is at lower levels, at least with the eagle. I know that skill is actually really strong at low levels, from what I remember on this character and playing another lore master, but I don't think it is all that good. It's something I would have to test again to be sure, but from what I remember, it's not all that good actually at this point anymore. And yes, as a lore master, there's no advantage with that res, but for a class like the Warden or Champion or Hunter, they would actually get a res as a High Elf. It's a 30-minute cooldown res, but it's still a res. And when I've run group content with my Kinship, it's oddly actually been very useful to have one of those classes have a res. Okay, I think we do have to cross this river. I am finding no mushrooms, even though on the map it looks like there could definitely be some here. I am not finding any. There's one right there that I've already gotten even. And I know we've already been to this place at least 2 times. Hey, big easy win. So it sounds like this is your first time in a few years. You just jumped back into LOTRO after like 10 years. And he said my videos have provided excellent info. Well, I'm glad they have. That is One of the big things with my videos, try to be educational and provide great info. So thank you for that, and glad they have helped you, it sounds like. Hopefully tomorrow's video will also be helpful. Alright, I think we have to, that's probably all the berries, yeah, that's the only thing. We got all the mushrooms finally, so I only need some berries. Hey, Salmon Fire. I also like these little orange trees. They just have some, I don't know, the color on them is oddly really nice. Even though I wouldn't normally think of orange trees as being the nicest color, but they work really well in Althorian. We're getting some nice bloom as well. Very yellow right now. Maybe golden is a better thing to call it. So Oscro, Redline Minstrels are still good to solo with. I think they start like all of the tactical classes with relatively low damage, but after a few levels, they do get to pretty good damage solo. And you also can kite and do things like that. You have some self heals, a lot of stuff like that that makes soloing on the Minstrel extra good, I guess. And even for more difficult stuff, if you are having trouble surviving, thinking in terms of that rather than damage, they can go in the yellow line, or even in the yellow stance, the melody stance, and you have some more survivability options in that. But their damage with the nerf, yes, they were nerfed. I don't remember exactly when, around 2 years ago. Shortly into the legendary servers, their damage was nerfed a little bit with that, unfortunately. And that's actually, I think, a good example of a nerf that was probably poorly done. So with the Minstrel, if their low level damage was too high, and that's why their damage was nerfed, but their high level damage was not too high, and that just makes them even worse at high levels. So unfortunately that nerf works against Minstrels at high levels and makes them even worse. Like if the Minstrel was to be a viable DPS, the red line at least was to be a viable DPS spec, the nerf even worsened their lack of viability there. And yeah, that was kind of a fun detected type nerf. I almost feel like instead of nerfing the Minstrel, they should have just buffed their high level damage instead. I at least personally would not mind. I feel this actually about every spec in the game personally, with the way the traits are now, unlike how they were back in the day, but with having individual specs and individual trait trees as we do right now, I feel like ideally at least each spec should be viable. I understand that it's hard to make everything balanced, and you don't want the performance in like every situation to be the exact same with every spec. But I do feel like it wouldn't be a problem for like Redline Minstrel to actually be a viable DPS to do group content or whatever. And same with the Redline Guardian. I actually can enjoy both of those classes in the DPS roles. One issue I do run into if I do try to run group content on either of those classes is usually I would just prefer to play another class though, because of the little bit of low performance. We're getting a lot of lizards killed here. I guess it makes sense with the lizards, they're like Anduin lizards, but it's not something I really would have expected too much in the zone, even though I know the instance, which again, if I remember correctly, is located in Moria. It's at least located inside, which the only place I could see being inside is Moria, but it could be some place outside of what they call Moria and in Lothlorien, but inside the mountainous area somewhere. I don't know exactly what those, but the point is, I know one of the Lothlorien ones has tons of lizards in it. I think that's actually in the waterworks, now that I'm remembering it kind of more correctly. I think it's a waterworks instance. Anyway, quests. What am I doing for the quests? I don't even remember any more berries. Well, instead of berries, let's get this Kazan Scar. The berries are down to the south, so I'll go down there. So, Mistweaver, you think every spec should have at least one reason to at least be brought in a raid, and that I can agree with. Like right now, there are a lot of classes or a lot of specs that have no reason to be taken into a raid. For example, the Red Line Lore Master. And especially not the Blue Line Lore Master, that's even worse. And then the Red Line Guardian, Red Line Minstrel, all sorts of things like that. There's no reason to actually bring them to a raid. Especially when you compare it, if you are playing, for example, a Lore Master, if you compare it to the Yellow Line, if you have one Lore Master in the raid, you'll be a lot better in the Yellow Line. There's no reason to choose the Red Line over the Yellow Line as your Lore Master, besides for fun, of course. I have a lot more fun damaging things and using spells like Nature's Fury, Lightning Storm, Ring of Fire, Improved Sticky Gourd, and Skoda War, Lightning Strike, Burning Embers, Gust of Wind. Those last three you do get on the other specs. I know you also get unimproved Sticky Gourd. But the point is, all those spells is what makes the Lore Master fun to me. But if I am just playing the Yellow Line and debuffing things, and rotating pets and all that sort of stuff, rather than using my damaging spells, that is not as fun to me. And that kind of leads to the idea that I have no reason to actually bring a Lore Master to group content at all, because I would not have fun in the only role that works for them. Even though while leveling and questing, that's like what you're brought up on. And I think there's something similar. There's a little bit different, but with Hunter, a lot of people I've heard complain about, like, they play Blue Line Hunter, they really like that spec, they like the gameplay on that, and then they have to switch to Red Line to be viable DPS. And yeah, like Yellow Hunter, Red and Blue Line Lore Master, and many others get, yeah, they don't get a chance to get a raid spot. That is exactly the problem with a lot of these specs. And yeah, Rickly Stick, that is a good point. The pre-trait tree classes, they could stick to more like one solidified role just for the classes. What I feel like, I guess I did play quite a bit back then, but from what I understand, back then, the Guardian essentially was a tank class. They didn't even have like a spec as an option to be DPS. If I remember correctly, they had traits that might boost their damage, but I don't even want to say that for sure with the Guardian, and maybe similar with the Minstrel. But they also had a more all-around kit that covered, let's see, yeah, so like you would have an all-around kit that would cover some things from each trait tree that are now locked behind the trait trees. Is, from what I remember and understand, the way it kind of works now, is they were more all-around classes, and now a lot of that stuff is split into the individual trees, the individual specs. Alright, here is a boar that is not protected, so we will get him. And hey, Ivan, things are going well. After the slow start, or the start with a bunch of issues. So Andrew, you sent a message earlier, and I think I accidentally ignored it. I remember your name coming up. Okay, that was just about drunken elves and that you can only do in the evening. Sorry for that. I just like saw your name again and recognized that I think I forgot to reply to that. But anyway, you asked if I have any suggestions for practice with the Yellow Line Lore Master. I think it's skirmishes, but wasn't sure of a good pet and soldier combination. I would guess you'd want Guardian. And actually with the Yellow Line Lore Master, one thing to practice is rotating pets. So this is a gameplay style that I do not like. Another reason I don't really like filling the Yellow Line Lore Master role, but let's go to the bear and look at what they have. So with the Yellow Line Lore Master, you actually want to rotate pets to make sure you get all the pet debuffs up. So you would have like this bear here. You can put dismiss your pet somewhere on your keybinds. Actually, there's some things you can do to do that. And then like for the raven, you would use the raven enough so it gets whatever debuffs it has up. I'm guessing these two. And then you'd swap to This is if you want to maximize your output, of course, in raiding as a lore master, which I believe is what people do. And then like the incoming range critical chance is a pretty good debuff from the Bog Guardian. So you do that actually with each pet. That is something, if you want to maximize your output, something to practice with the pets. Overpower stance. I don't even remember that, Rick the Stick. Overpower. Sounds a little bit familiar in a way. I played the Guardian. Ooh, what level would I have gotten the Guardian but pre-trait trees? Maybe like level 30, 20 something. And Ivan, you can ask me to join the kin. I believe this character is an officer. So I can send you an invite, or I can send a message to Capo, C-A-P-O. And yeah, War Speech, it's kind of sad. The Minstrels still have a DPS stance that I think functionally works like War Speech. It's called Dissonance. But it's kind of sad just because they've gotten rid of that name. Still, everybody seems to refer to it as War Speech rather than Dissonance. So some of the Rumor Chant bosses, it sounds like they went to exploit mode when you had a pet out pretty often. That's unfortunate. It sounds like sometimes pets do mess up a little bit, raids, and just cause some random issues with enemies or something. Hello, Subwoofy. That one looks protected. It's actually not protected. We still need lots of boars. I've been killing things, but no boars, I guess. Well, my cat's tail went right on the key that I pressed. It somehow worked perfectly that I pressed out my cat's tail, but then it pressed the keybind and I need it anyway. That was a weak lightning strike. This is another nice field in Lothlorien. It's a little bit foggy near the surface, but it's still a nice field overall. Okay, so it looks like Nature's Fury was actually did not kill that thing. I did not get your message. So Vetving, I will actually just send you an invite. Oh, so if the boss goes into exploit mode, it starts one-shotting everyone? Ooh. That sounds even worse. I would think the exploit mode just means that it like resets. There you go. So Ivan, welcome to the Kinship, the Mythal League. Which for people that don't know, this Kinship is on Anor and is, as I mentioned a few times, open to people that do want to join. Usually people ask about that when we run group content, of course, but since that is going on, I just did want to let everybody know. So it resets, but also one-shots everyone before it does. There's a rooting piglet. That one you can actually get cuts of boar meat from, but it's a protected. That's a tiny pig, though. I guess all the little ones, they don't want you to kill the baby animals. Looks like an adult version, just kind of shrunk down, though, the piglet. But it was kind of similar with the deer. The little fawn are the ones that are protected. I feel like I have to be going out of range of this boar quest, and I'm actually not. I'm just going to go to Kieran or Saren. Still not sure which one of those it is. But the Amroth place there, I just discovered Sad Giltheriad, rather. This is actually an opening in the trees here, this little area. I actually like this character. His outfit doesn't really go all that well with Lothlorien to me, but I actually kind of like the contrast it provides from the yellow, just overall yellow goldenness of Lothlorien here. Looks like Nature's Fury won. I had a couple keybinds there. Okay, so just one more cut of boar meat. Oh no, this one's protected. It's a little piglet. That is okay. We still have plenty of area. Yeah, I could definitely see that, Mistweaver. If it's going to be a reset, that it could just let the boss reset itself rather than one-shot everybody because of pet issues. I'm interested to see, I wonder if that still happens, because I have not run the full rumor chant raid yet, but I assume when the server gets up to level 130, my kin will. And if not, I will have to actually work to maybe recruit more people for the kinship to do something like that. I'm actually curious how the server, how Anor will hold up as we keep getting higher and higher levels. The population has been relatively steady, it usually goes down a little bit after updates and goes up as we get new content or whatever. But yeah, the population, I'm kind of worried it will keep ticking down as time goes on. But hopefully the kinship, at least population, doesn't. And even if the server gets really kind of dead, I would hope they actually open up these servers for transfer to the regular ones. In Submovie, the legendary servers is not like a classic version of the game. That's actually an important part. It is not like basically classic LOTRO or vanilla LOTRO, unlike classic WoW, but it just gives a level cap, a server-wide level cap, and limits the content you can do based on previous expansion eras. So at first it launched as like the classic level range 1-50 and the classic, well, actually not even the completely classic content areas, but yeah, it had the level 1-50 range, and then it went to the Moria level cap at 60, but it takes the game as it is and just has a level cap and limits. Like if I tried to travel, let's see, an area we don't have right now, if I tried to travel to the Vales of Anduin from Lothlorien here, it would actually kick me out and port me to Kellendam. As an elf, it would port me at least to Kellendam. And we have a level 100 cap, so of course I would not want to go to Vales of Anduin, besides for exploration and seeing how it connects with Lothlorien, but that is not... We could actually do that today. Actually, I am interested enough to see how far I can get into the Vales of Anduin, so maybe we will do that today. Whenever it is time to do my stuff, which I am level 26 still on the Third Agers, but if we're around this area when it's time to do all the stuff I need to do, and go to Bree and maybe take our intermission with missions, that is when I would do that. So we have that ready for turn in. Also, this character, I should point out, I don't really care too much about his XP, but one thing I'm hoping with Althorian is I do get to like roughly level 61 to 63 is okay. Anything in that range can work. If I'm only level 61 when I finish Lothlorien, I can do some missions to get higher level if I really need to. But I'd like to start the Rise of Isengard content on this character, which is what I'm kind of preparing him for and doing this Lothlorien journey. That is the motivation to level this character, really, to get to Rise of Isengard, and we'll do a playthrough of that eventually. Looks like we're getting some more berries. I just wish I could eat these berries. That is one thing in real life. I really like fruit and berries, and I realized I did not actually turn my lamp on. I meant to. That is to clarify my other lamp, because with streaming, I have a fancy enough setup that I have two lamps, one behind my second monitor and then one behind and to the left of me. But that is for lighting. And every time I move like that, I feel all out of position. I need to actually stretch my legs anyway, sitting them crossed too long. And Sam, I agree, I love Lothlorien. We'll see how the questing holds up. So far the questing isn't too bad. There's a lot of Oat Barton style quests that somebody mentioned earlier. And Ivan, thank you for joining the stream. It sounds like you have to get off. I kind of missed that, but well, you have waking up super early tomorrow, it sounds like. But anyway, thanks for joining the stream while you did, if you're even still here. Alright, what am I doing besides walking in circles? Trying to get berries. Yeah, Ethel, which is the legendary server that isn't Anor, is basically, as far as I hear the same thing, Mistweaver, that it's completely dead. I have not been on there. I don't even think I have a character on there. So Sam, you hate Mirkwood, it sounds like, or at least Scuttledells in Mirkwood. Scuttledells, is that the spider place? Yeah, that is the spider place. I can see people disliking Mirkwood. It's a little bit oppressive darkness, influence of necromancer, things like that going on. Kind of the opposite of Lothlorien. Almost similar to Moria in that way, but a little bit different. Still to me, well actually Westerohan, the environment in Westerohan isn't all that oppressive, but oddly enough I feel like Central Gondor and Eastern Gondor, while I don't mind it, I don't mind zones like that are dark or anything like that. There were 0 non-anons last time you logged on, Ithel Mistweaver. I have actually had that happen a couple times on Anor, but it's usually if I log in right when the servers come up. I have had the opportunity to do that twice in my entire time in LOTRO. I've logged onto a server with nobody else on, and both times it was this server. So Subu, if you're wondering how the level scaling is, okay, so first, the group content, like regular instances, start to unlock at level 20, and a lot of those instances are scalable, as in you set the level that the instance scales to. The content itself doesn't really scale to your level. I will say there's an exception. Epic battles scale to level 100, so they scale the level characters, high level characters, all them to 100. Now the scaling does not work that well, and LOTRO scaling, unfortunately, doesn't work all that well. Here's Frodo Baggins. We do get some hobbits in Lothlorien, which I should have known. Actually, I remember these hobbits being here, of course, but something I was not prepared for. Wow, I guess my Bog Guardian, why is there, oh, I guess there's dread around Frodo Baggins. That's kind of funny. But anyway, my Bog Guardian, it is tall compared to me. But compared to the hobbits, it looks like a giant creature. Like, I feel like Bog Guardians should be terrifying to hobbits. Anyway, with the questing, we're getting birchwood and stone. Both of those things make me think of Minecraft, just because they're both things in Minecraft that you can gather. I really do feel the need to just like totally spin around my camera and just look around and take in all the visuals going in with Althorian constantly here. That's why I do want to take my time and do like all the deeds and such, just so I get to spend even more time. Forest shrew, that counts as a wild animal. Okay then. I wanted to kill it anyway because shrews are not the prettiest animals, at least. Oh yeah, and Mistweaver, that was... If you're talking about when I logged into Anor... Oops, I accidentally attacked the seagull. Was protected. Oopsies. At least it was only -4 reputation, I guess. But anyway, when I logged in, that was right after an update. Like right when the servers came on. And it quickly filled up both of those times when that happened. So what are we even getting here? Red berries, chalk, birchwood, stone. I have made almost no progress on the questing. Seems like that is a squirrel or something? Can't, oh, it's a fox. But it's just floating. That is some magical fox. Oh, there we go. Now I can definitely see it's a fox. And now my Bog Guardian's floating up with it. Alright, so yeah, taking in the sights of Lothlorien. Don't see any quest items. That is what I'm looking for. I keep pressing the delete key. Oh, there's a white rock. That is for the quest. Oh, your case with Ithel. That there was just nobody actually logged on? Yeah, that I know that server has very little population, so it sounds like you were confirming that there was basically nobody on, at least nobody non-anonymous on. It's kind of annoying a little bit with anonymous because people can just check that and of course not show up in the list. So it's a little bit harder to gauge population because of it, but I don't know how many people actually play with anonymous checked versus unchecked. This biting shrew, that one actually has a little bit more morale. It's not a greeny mob. Oh no, he resisted lightning storm? Wow. I think I got one hit with lightning storm and then he resisted 2 of the attempts of lightning storm. I guess he's so small it was just hard to hit him with lightning. Okay, at least I'm making progress on the quest again. It took me a minute to find these white rocks, but that is getting me the chalk, and then I'll need 1 more red berry. There are a couple quests to the east. These are all the quests that I actually remember in Lothlorien, by the way. At least mostly remember. I think I did do that banquet quest, or at least some of them, once. Even Lothlorien's even pretty at this time. Actually, really like the colors here. We get some more greener, bluer on the trees, still golden leaves. Did I actually go up on one of those trees? I don't remember. I think you're supposed to at some point, but we will work on these quests before I worry about that if I miss something or not. Lothlorien's also a great place to get screenshots. The colors actually work very well for thumbnails, it seems like. Because usually a lot of landscapes in LOTRO, you have like the sky and then you have the land. It's usually kind of strong contrast, which sometimes can work for thumbnails, of course, but this one it's usually fairly similar looking, at least overall, just like looking out on the landscape. I actually saw those red berries right there, but they were not glowing for the quest. I should probably play with floating names on. I don't really want floating names blocking up the beautiful view of Lothlorien, but that would actually be helpful with these quests and help me progress with them. Okay, so other quests I have this Elisar and Undumiel quest, which is to talk to a few people here, so we can do that. Also think I still need to light some torches or something over there. Lanterns maybe is what it was. I feel like I should know who those are statues of. Kind of looks like a staff almost. I don't know if it's supposed to be a staff that he's carrying. Anyway, I don't know if it has actually anybody significant within the game or within the Lord of the Rings that those are statues of, but if it is, I feel like it's something I should recognize who they are, but maybe it's just 2 random elves. Alright, more screenshots. Sometimes it's neat to actually run in first person. It takes a minute for me to adapt to. I usually like to see my character and walk like this, but for screenshots, I don't always like my character in them. I sometimes do. I like getting these angled ones. Usually those can be good for thumbnails as well, which is unfortunately something I do have to think about with screenshots a lot. It's not always my intent to fully focus on thumbnails with screenshots. Like some of these landscape ones are just neat little views. We got some nice purple. There's actually a mountain. I'm guessing that is one of the peaks of Moria. Oh, that almost matches my hat. But anyway, this is very nice colors going on right now as well. I feel like compared to any other zones, this is probably the zone I have most taken the time out of to just like look around compared to anything else we have done recently. It's just such a nice area. And such nice colors going on. The purple, the gold, the orange, the green, all that stuff. And right here is a nice open field. I really don't know where I have to go with the questing. I guess I can open the map, make sure. Yeah, I got off track a little bit. But I almost just want to walk around Lothlorien right now. And yeah, this would be a neat place to walk through in VR.
I did not think to run into you.
Wow, that's a lot of screenshots. Yeah, I'm going to have a few rows of my screenshots folder just of Lothlorien, random chunks of it. But again, those are all useful screenshots. And there's actually an idea I had. It wouldn't be these screenshots, but for a video that's a little bit of a different style is actually reviewing some of my old screenshots. So Miss Weaver, you are doing that farming strategy. It sounds like you're a level 9 after 2 minutes or so of farming. It's probably, especially if you're a VIP, a lot faster. As far as I know, the crafting... Oh, we're actually on the crafting experience bonus weekend, apparently. This character, I need to get through the Supreme tier. I should be gathering plenty of things, but that's actually something I really should consider. Wait, do you get character XP or is it bonus crafting XP? Let me see. It must be character XP. Earned crafting experience is increased by 20%. Expects. Oh, that affects the non-gathering recipes. That is why. But yeah, with the subscribers jug, that buff, the rapid crafting, what that is definitely very nice. Oh, it also sounds like the character XP, both of them are boosted by this from the bonus weekend, at least I guess for those, the non-gathering ones, which I guess Farmer would actually be a gathering one, though. Now you're level 10. That seems like just 2 seconds later that you got 2 more levels. Oh, I need to meditate. Cannot meditate on a mount, unfortunately. The way that little fawn is looking, it looks like it's injured, but maybe that's just the way little baby deer walk. See, this is another time when I feel like I can actually just sit here in Althorian and take in the views with my bog guardian there. Except I am floating. We just have to ignore that. It looks like I am basically standing on my heels. Actually, it looks like my staff is keeping me up along with my feet, and my bottom butt is just not getting down actually all the way to the ground. But yeah, the game probably, they don't want you to look quite that close. It's actually something, if you pay attention and look at angles like that, there are a lot of things, unfortunately, in LOTRO that are just like barely floating above the ground. Wow, this grass, just like another random thing about Lothlorien that is neat, this grass is a lot darker, and I just saw the contrast is a lot more yellow looking, a lot brighter grass up here. It looks like there are some leaves is what is adding to a lot of color here as well. Some smush leaves, some flowers. Well, they're actually, the texture here actually does have some flowers. And then of course the leaves, as if they were fallen leaves from all those trees. But also, yeah, the flowers add a little bit there as well. And you can see some grass as well. I'm really going into the details with Lothlorien, but that is actually a compliment to the zone that I feel like I can do that and point out all these neat things that are that tiny with the textures. So far, I feel like this stream is less so about the funness with the questing and more about the beauty of Lothlorien. And there's Mirkwood and a bunch of dead trees. We'll just ignore that and look this way instead while I try to find the quest. So the quest here is the stones, it looks like. This would have been a good time, this would have been a good quest to actually have while I needed to kill the boars. I want to be careful. I really don't want to kill the protected ones, but that one's going to aggro anyway. I will say the protected ones, I'm curious what my reputation even is with the Glade room. It is 8,524. So even killing 10 of these is only like 40 reputation that I would lose. Not all that much in the grand scheme of things. And Ogar, you're wondering when the anniversary festival is. I do know when that is. I think it is Wednesday at 10 a.m. I can double check. There's a calendar here. I just have to pull up in just a moment. Yeah, so 5 days, 14 hours, 6 minutes. It begins on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And the Virtue XP boost begins the next day at 10 a.m. And I'm guessing that update 28.5 will be level 20. Somebody is asking about what is best for missions, so I do want to answer them. Especially with the 20%. Okay, so I just wanted to answer that person and again since they were asking about that, and it always feels like it takes me forever to actually type. Wow, Miss Weaver grew at level 12 now? I wonder if you'll be able to catch up to me and pass me before I end this stream. It would be a real challenge because the XP really does drop off. But that is something that you could try to do. I haven't ever actually farmed all that much in LOTRO to really familiarize myself with everything with it. Okay, so one more stone. I also need to meditate in one more place, it looks like. I don't know exactly where that is. Circles of Silence. That is... Okay, that's actually to the northwest where I'm headed anyway. Maybe, yeah, maybe, Miss Weaver, if you had a bunch of 200% boosts, you had your this thing ready to use, destiny points, which you'd probably want to save for a higher level. And also if it was a... Actually, there are some... Oh, I might be misremembering on this. But somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but have some weekends in the past been 200% XP boost rather than 100%? I almost feel like that is something that sounds familiar that happened like maybe once or twice in LOTRO's past, and it could have been as a sort of makeup type thing. I don't remember. But yeah, if it were an actual XP boost weekend as well, and stacking all those boosts and everything else you can do, the rested XP type. Darting Malorn Hawk. That is a very pretty hawk, mainly because it's white and usually hawks are black, I guess. Actually, hawks, those are normally brown as far as I know. Took me a minute to remember what a hawk actually was. This one is gray and it is protected, so we will avoid it. Some random retaining walls here. I guess this is an actual place is probably why there are those walls. And this birchwood is floating. A lot of magical things going on in Lothlorien. There's a hunger shrew and another hunger shrew. I hope they are hungry for lightning. And this time, they did not resist. Oh, so you have to move to the Shire area. Yeah, that's going to be a big slowdown, unfortunately. You can't just sit there continuing farming. I have to actually farm I think I tried farming once in LOTRO, and that's about it. It's something I should probably actually like sit down and do. Maybe whatever next character I level that's not the brawler, of course. I could just farm on them as a stream, my first time actually farming in LOTRO. The sapling's bows are drooping and its bark looks brittle. What am I doing? I'm just examining the saplings. See, this is the exact time I'd want my pet on aggressive so it could just kill these little green mobs while I do my stuff, but it's kind of dangerous in Lothlorien with all the protected animals. I don't want it pulling those. But yeah, like that hungry shrew, of course I could have it pull. I will just ring of fire this thing. So I still need to get some saplings, examine some saplings, and still a couple more birchwood. I thought I was almost done with these quests, but I still need like 4 things total. That is not a protected one, it doesn't look like. We'll see if my reputation changes. Yeah, that was not protected, fortunately. A lot of the little ones, except the shrews of course, have been protected so far, but I guess the hawks are not. I think these shrews do count for they count for the wild animal deed, which is good. I'm really excited whenever we get to the orc place in this zone. That part I'm really excited for. It's just like a random note about, I guess, killing things with a lot more action, I suppose. Go ahead and get this Khazad iron, which I do want for this character. Want to make sure I get enough crafting materials to get him up to Westfold for when we do go through Rise of Isengard. 1,000 winter barley fields. There's another floating thing. This time it's not a fox, but a shrew. Another one that I hope enjoys lightning. Oh, he got killed with the first strike of lightning storm. And we got the Beast Slayer completed. So I'm now a wild hunter. Actually, wild hunter, that would be a good title for a hunter. I feel like I need to go to Lothlorien on Louis Lush and kill 100 beasts just for that title. Instead of Hunter of the Wildwood, I'll be Wild Hunter. Normally I don't pay too much attention to titles, but there are some like that that I enjoy. So woodland lynx. I got a good variety of animals here. Like, it honestly does seem a little bit random to have lynx here to me, but maybe not. And I believe this is another meditation zone. Okay, the Stone Grove is the next meditation area, which is that change colors on the map. So that is the Circles of Silence. Now other quests, it looks like I have a few that are ready for a turn in at least, so we can go ahead and turn some in. Boromir. Boromir's in Moria, I think. Actually is wandering somewhere on the northwest outskirts of the clearing from which Saren Amroth rises. So he's up there basically. That is actually that thing on the tracker. But yeah, go ahead and get these two in the middle and then the one up northwest, I think. Cowie? Not sure on your name, but guess what server I am playing on, and I am playing on Anor. I do occasionally play on Arkenstone, but not too much recently. Also, we get some nice nighttime with Althorian. It's of course not as bright and everything, but you still get the colors, some darker greens with the pine trees there, but even the yellows of the tree is still bright. And I really like the bloom at night in Lothlorien as well. So while you do get the dark sky, it still is, fortunately, relatively light. And you still have a lot of the good colors, so it's not a bad nighttime at all. I think I started heading a little too far north. Get way too distracted with the landscape in Lothlorien and just want to run around forever and not get anything done, kind of. Yeah, that sounds like Mistweaver a good strategy while you place down all those crops, just go AFK.
Welcome to Lothlorien. Hail,
Finish that, accept.
I have a request of you.
Some to the east now. I think I have to go up the ladder
Tarry a moment and speak with me.
for this. Oh, so here's the barter. Somebody was asking about the hunter port. I don't know if these guys would have that available. If there even is a hunter port. I'm not 100% sure if there is or is not to Karis Gladden, but these people, at least these barterers, do not have that. They have a Lothlorien fancy robe. I actually like that robe. If I could get some other things to match that. That seems like a good robe for this character. That's the exact type of Lothlorien type armor piece that I feel like I need on this character. I just have to get a bunch of other things to somehow match it. Ooh, crimson actually looks nice on that. It'd be hard for me to use crimson though. That's something I like, but those colors is something I feel like I overused in the past. I usually like purpley stuff, or at least that's what I'm in the mood for my lore master, something purplish. Maybe with that. I also like that in blue, to be honest. That seems like a good Iridluin blue, or even Evenden blue. Probably not turquoise. But yeah, that is something that I will think about when we look at everything that is available, at least in this zone. Something to think about for me to spend my silver branches on. Alright, so now I need to meditate in more than one place. I assume this is not exactly where I need to meditate, but maybe I meditate right here? I don't know if I have to meditate here or probably down and not on top of the tree. See, the quest tracker on the mini-map, yeah, right here. Oh, I'm no longer at that place. I'll go on the rock, maybe. It's like I was waiting for my character to sit because this is a nice area for a screenshot once again. Taking in the view of Lothlorien. Right, that is actually, I just go right back up and turn that in, it looks like. Then yeah, I have the quest to the west. I do have the book quest. It looks like for the Birchwood and Stone, I need to do that again. I guess it's one of those repeatable quests that you can get reputation, all these such with. Collect Eleanor Blossoms and Nifredel Blossoms. See, these are the type of quests that I don't necessarily dislike, but I think one time, or not one time, but whenever I would do Lothlorien, I feel like what would happen is I'd just keep on getting these repeatable quests, and back in my old playstyle, I would just basically go through zones until I get high enough level or I'm ready to move on to the next zone. I usually wouldn't always try to strictly follow every quest. Some zones that I really liked, I would just continue questing in them, or if there was a particular level range, wanted to avoid some zone like Moria, for example. That is something that would happen, but yeah, I feel like around this point is usually when I would start with stopping Lothlorien the few times that I have even run through it. So like if these repeatable quests, if I kept focusing on those, I could see it getting maybe a little bit annoying. And wow, Mistweaver, you're already level 16. It's probably an easy way to get the Undying and all those sort of titles, which I doubt this character has those from way back in the day. I wonder when I did die on this character. Let's see, Undying. I actually do have Undying. I got level 20 without being defeated. That is kind of shocking for this character. I know lore masters were not the strongest back in the day when Anor launched, but I somehow safely made it through without dying. I actually think my first death, if I remember correctly, was in Great Barrow. I streamed it all on this character, of course, but that is, again, just surprising to me that actually happened. I don't remember exactly what I did to level. I don't think it was crafting or farming, but I think mainly questing and Bree. This character might have done Northern Bree, actually, rather than Barrow Downs, but I don't remember for sure on that. I think my warden did Barrow Downs instead. And the cat is back. And bumping the microphone. So getting a lot of Eleanor blossoms right now. I'm actually getting, I have already, well, 11 of these quest items right now. I'm getting the last one. This might have been one of the fastest quests we have done today. Okay, other quests, we have the, oh, this quest took forever to do last time. The chalk and the red berries. Now that I'm familiar with the quest, though, I feel like I could get it done relatively quickly. And I do want to look at this quest again. It just says repeatable quest. It's, okay, now I got the repeatable version. I'm guessing you get the intro version that is a non-repeatable quest, then after you do that, it's like a repeatable one that can get you reputation, all the such. But yeah, I kind of feel like I might as well go ahead and repeat these. Go ahead and get that done. Or I could continue on to quests that I have not done. That would probably be a better option. Try and ignore actually the repeatable ones for now, at least. Something like bear meat, I know where that is. The book quest is something I do want to track. That is kind of one of the things I was actually intending. I guess I can get all these rocks though. Might as well get them now that I'm in this area. It's like hard to ignore them now that I'm actually in position to get all these rocks for the chalk. Well, I really did expect to have to actually travel out and get the subscriber town services for my inventory and whatever, but all these quests are the, let's say, relaxing type, where I have not had to actually, haven't gotten all that much loot or things like that. I don't want to kill the more in there. Hello, FFXIV93. I'm guessing that is Final Fantasy 1493. That's just the FFXIV is where I would, well, I'd recognize that from Final Fantasy. But anyway, you said you're about to delve into LOTRO for the first time. That is exciting. You said my 17 things video. Oh, that is what made you pull the trigger. So hopefully you can find some of those reasons are also reasons for you to play. And you're about to binge the movies to get in the mood first. One thing I can say about the movies versus actually playing, I think I mentioned this in that video, but with the world building and that type of stuff in LOTRO, it's really nice to actually be in the environment, be in the world as your character and explore and go around. And constantly pulling up a map so you can actually see where you are going. Alright, I have not gotten enough screenshots today. I probably should count, if I remember, I will count how many screenshots I have taken today when we are done with this stream. You know, when I saw Boromir, this is a little bit embarrassing, I got it mixed up with a dwarf actually. I was thinking it was a dwarf, and I know that it is not a dwarf, and just reminded of that now that we saw him. Okay, I think going down this ramp would be the better option rather than just dropping all the way off. Miss Sweeper, it sounds like things are slowing down, but still, congratulations on level 17. That is some real progress, very short progress. Unlike what this character is having at the moment. I think I missed the down ramp. Okay, right on track. So G-Dog, you said you noticed on my warden I have 3 rows of gambits. Those are the gambit builders, the masteries in particular, on the shift, control, and function row. Those are the gambit masteries. You get those at level 21, so if you are playing a warden and don't have those, you probably, I would guess, need to get higher level to actually get those. So I need to sing to Malbrethil saplings. Actually, I remember that quest as well. Singing to the saplings. Such a weird thing. I feel like that's why it's memorable. Not memorable in a bad way, of course. I was thinking I had a quest for in the west there, and I was thinking that was actually to go to the orcs, and I thought that was Gimli, but Gimli is here in Cairn Emerald, which I still don't know what to call it, actually. I would guess a lot of the sea names are pronounced with the K type sound, so I'm guessing it is Cairn Emerald. I need to go up, I believe. Oh, just ran over some hobbits, but that's okay. So less than 1 gold to get level 17 so far with the farming. That is also relatively cheap. Looks like a good sword, but not good enough for me at least. I'll probably get the heritage for doing that quest. Talk to Legolas, continue. Or actually traveling. I think I remember this quest. I think I did these book quests enough to have done this one. Wow, the golden wood got blue. We must be somewhere, yeah, we're somewhere a little bit different, but it got blue and the bloom is gone. That is the biggest thing. There's no bloom here in Lothlorien, which is weird. Alright, I need to protect them, so I will go and follow and put my pet on aggressive. As far as book quests with Legolas goes, that are instances, I will say the one experience I've had recently with him to remember in Trollshaws, it wasn't all that bad. So we'll see how this one goes in comparison. Right now it is starting slow. Legolas shot at something Gimli, asked him what that was, and now we're just moving over here very slowly. Here are a lot of orcs. Now we get to the exciting stuff. See, this is when Lightning Storm is very satisfying. You just... I don't know if there's a good way to describe it other than satisfying. You just send down a bunch of lightning on a bunch of orcs at once and set the ground on fire and burn them. And electrocute them, of course. Apparently Gimli is smelling the orcs. I can't imagine orcs actually smelling good. So it definitely sounds like a bad thing. This is a time we don't have Lightning Storm off cooldown, but if I actually don't try to target my Bog Guardian, this is a time where I can use my other skills, which are pretty good. Ring of Fire and Sticky Gourd are both great, especially Sticky Gourd really improves its kind of, I would say exponentially, but I'm honestly not sure if it technically is exponentially, but it really improves based on how many enemies it hits, and I'm about to die here. We're going to have to use Wisdom of the Council. Gimli and Legolas, they are not pulling their weight right now. I have to remember to use Sticky Tar and Light of Hope, just a random thing I actually remembered about for my class deeds. Defender of Lothlorien, complete quest, okay. I didn't know if that was reputation a deed for that. Extra deed for that, I should say. Light of Hope, we need to use it 15 more times to complete that class deed. Read the Book of Nature. I need to get that actually. I have the reputation to get that. We do have to go back to Moria on this character. And once I read that book, I'll get 20 LOTRO points. I didn't even know you got 20 LOTRO points from that. Oh yeah, Mistweaver, the dynamic layers. And your 1,000 crops, which got you from level 13 to 18. That really does it. Actually having somebody chat about it while I'm doing this, it makes it sound extra easy. The Iron Hills, Bozy. That is, for this to have come, I know in the Lord of the Rings all the lore I guess is there, none of that stuff is really changing with the game, but it really is nice when you have, there's some waterfall back there, that's kind of interesting, you can barely see it. Where even are we? Okay, that's back on the Moria area, but anyway, they have the connection to Iron Hills and Bozy here. I just think, yeah, this doesn't actually mention anything about that, but just yeah, Gimli talking about Bozy and the long way from the Iron Hills. That is a place in the game now. We have Yarnfast and all that sort of stuff, which I think that's the main dwarf encampment there. But yeah, now that we have the Iron Hills in the game, it's pretty neat to have that connection. Oh, we continued this one. For some reason, I specifically remember when you go to Glade here. Of this quest, I feel like I have some memories of the orcs in that part, but for some reason the main part I remember is actually this part of the instance. I just realized officer chat is showing in the chat tab. That is okay, but I should probably turn that off, that tab. It's on the blurred chat box in the bottom right, or at least it should be, but this character, it's been so long since I played him, I guess I did not actually have my chat properly set up, but I actually lost track of this quest as well. Celeborn and Galadriel there. I wonder if those are the two. That's kind of the two that I think would be possibilities for the statues I saw earlier, but it was kind of hard to tell, and I did not know if it was actually supposed to be them. I kind of forget who Galadriel, what she's supposed to be. I think she was, as far as like the inspiration for the classes go, I thought she was one inspiration for one of the classes at least. Let me also turn Fellowship and Raid on that chat tab while I'm thinking about that as we're going on. It's almost sometimes when we're doing stuff like this in story quests, sometimes I feel the same thing just watching the screen doing nothing. Oh no, not Mazog. The Mazog stuff, I don't know if I paid attention more, if it would annoy me less, but Mazog is one of the most annoying things going on in the game. I say one of the, but there are definitely more annoying things than Mazog, but it's something that just keeps coming up over and over in annoying ways rather than ways that make it fun or interesting to me, unfortunately.
I have made my decision.
Okay, we're going back to Bozy, who is somewhere. I honestly have no idea where he is, which probably means he's in Moria, which is very unfortunate because I don't want to go to Moria. I know I have to go to Moria anyway, but that's the only place that I can think of him. Yeah, Chamber of the Crossroads. I do need to go there anyway for a Lothlorien quest, and I have to go to Moria as well anyway to get the reputation stuff. So we'll go there, and I'll do the book quest while I do that. Actually, this would be a very convenient time for me to use a mithril coin to just travel there, so it's not as bad. And Moria is a place I don't really dislike, but it can be a little bit annoying, I guess. It's kind of out of the way and difficult to travel in and around, but when you have your reports, when you have like return debris, you have your map home, and you can just spend a mithril coin to go there, then it's actually kind of no problem overall. Okay, somebody was sharing my, I have an imbued ally guide that I posted. I posted one on my Kin website, which I believe I did share either in the YouTube video or the website post that I made with the video. Oh, we have the redberry bushes. I'm actually forgetting what I have to do. I really want to go to that place to the west. I know that is probably going to lead to the orc camps, which I want to go to. That might be something I save for another time. We'll save a lot of the orc killing for something exciting and new to do on Lothlorien, but I do want to at least go there and see if we do get started on those quests maybe. It's been such a long time that I've kind of forgot how that actually works, the structure of getting to those orc camps again in Lothlorien. And yeah, Moria really does feel like that sometimes. You go out, you go to Lothlorien, and then you just have to go right back in. Okay, so I'm actually getting a lot of these red berries. I might as well go ahead and get the last one, just get this quest knocked out. I just have to travel like 2 feet here, 20 feet maybe, more realistically. Maybe I should go ahead and do the meditation down here as well. My cat is almost orange colored like these trees, a little bit different. Unfortunately, if I had 3 hands, actually, if I had 3 hands, I'd probably be adapted to using the keyboard and mouse with 3 hands, not really let a hand go to waste. But with the way it is right now, if I had an extra hand, then maybe I could continue petting my cat while actually playing the game, but it's a little bit hard to do both. Okay, so I need to go southeast for that stuff. Maybe I will do the west stuff first. Actually, I'll go to the camp without the stable master for the first thing. So somebody in the kinship that we're talking about, or not talking about, but that was talking in kin chat rather, they were talking about they have 10 characters and getting all these scrolls of empowerments. And on that server we don't have to do as many. I think they had to get like 1,400 total for all their characters, but on the regular servers at level 130 that would be a whole lot more, because on the server I guess I can't show it on the character like this. The max tier for legacy secondary legacies is I think 40 something compared to 83. So it would be a whole lot more. And I really don't know if people, I guess if the cat was annoying as far as the noise goes, maybe people would let me know, but she does like rubbing against the microphone, and well, she gets cat fur on it. First of all, I have a windscreen there, and that seems to be extra attractive with the cat fur. Yes, I actually have 2 orange tabby cats. One is not quite as orange as this one. Actually, the orange is darker on the other one. But there is more white on the other one. And that one usually doesn't join during streams. And congrats on level 20 from farming, Mistweaver. Okay, more stuff. Scout. Yes, we do have the orc quests. That is what I thought we would get here. We're going to ignore those quests right now, though. I want to do those quests, but I want to save it as something exciting and have a lot of orc killing in the next stream on this character. There is another at this camp here at the campfire, though. It seems like there might be more quests I can get up there, so I will go ahead and travel to that. Not sure it's worth the effort to actually run back here. And if I even did run back here while my Pug Guardian's killing that thing slow. Maybe I have false expectations for how fast my Ball Guardian should be killing things, but it just seemed to be kind of extra low with its damage there. Okay, here's the other camp. Lothlorien soldiers. And more quests from Ringon here. More determining the strength. And
The Lothlorien will need your
Yeah,
aid.
defeating things. Or talking to him.
Servants
And then
of
continuing the
now
quest.
pass the
Wow,
blood of
defeat
Lord.
30 things. Oh no, that is a... I wonder if that's actually something you have to travel to, or if it's just a timer within the zone. Actually, don't even remember. And I find it also interesting, they don't actually name this place. I kind of forgot about the name of it, but they don't name this place on the map, so it's something that I actually knew the Van Vanuathal? I would call it back in the old day Vanuathal. It could be Vanuathal, though, for the name of it. But just takes me a minute to think about what the sound instead of the just the sound. Oh, actually we have some attackers defeated. I might succeed on this quest without doing anything. That would be crazy, but... yeah, that is something that oh, I wonder if I have to go down and that's what it is. If they're enemies? Yeah, here are the orcs. So these Lothlorien soldiers, I don't think they have it where you can heal them. Cannot harm target at least, but cannot help it either. So maybe this is just something I need to stay here, and it really does seem like these soldiers will just kill everything though. But this is going to be one orc quest. We do get to do some orc killing, I suppose, in this stream. I should have a deed to kill orcs now as well. Oh, actually that counts as like Dimmeldale in the Vanuathal area. So I have a lot of progress on that Orc Slayer deed. So yeah, should have no problem, definitely, with that deed, getting it done. Thinking about deeds, though, in Lothlorien, I don't know what all these Slayer deeds actually are. Right now I just have Beast Slayer and Orc Slayer. Maybe there are only 2 Slayer deeds. That would be kind of crazy if there are only 2 Slayer deeds in Lothlorien, but... oh, a lot of lag here. This is not good. Hopefully my stream isn't disconnecting and it's just LOTRO that is lagging right now. That would be ideal. There we go. Looks like we're connected. Synced back up. So this does actually ramp up a little bit. We get some defilers, that type of things. We actually had one of these soldiers defeated, but it could have been at the other camp. It's possible. We only need to defeat 6 more orcs. Oh, there's a giant mountain troll. Hopefully that thing is going to attack us. Maybe there will be a troll slayer deed. Once we get this thing, we'll find that. Alright, I'm going to do a lot of damage, which is actually scary because I might just get too much aggro and things will kill me because of that. But I do have my cooldown if I need it. Hopefully I don't actually need to use Wisdom of the Council for something like this, but I might need to, and yeah, I need to. Also, we have those extra enemies, and as they keep going into my ground area effects even, I'll just continue helping me build aggro, which is something I don't want to be doing, of course. So we got everything done, but I feel like I should continue the fight, and let's see, I did not get a new deed for killing the troll, so I really do wonder with Althorian. I will, I guess, investigate on this character. I won't look it up. Always something you'll have to learn. If there really are only 2 Slayer deeds, or if I will eventually find more. Alright, so got one of these quests kind of accidentally done, but that is okay. It wasn't really too much in the Vanuathal area. Captains don't need those. Even though I have a Beorning, I don't want a Beorning's carving. I was looting tons of Lore Master things for a while, but it's actually been a while. I haven't been really killing mobs, I guess, that would drop that type of stuff. I haven't been killing orcs, basically. Determining their strength, so that is to aid those 2 people. Let's do Circles of Silence, Banquet Preparations. I still need to do Banquet Preparations. A couple turn-ins, light some lanterns. Bring blossoms. Okay, let's do the blossoms. Singing. And there's a quest track that I don't want to track, which is, I guess, the preemptive measures. Okay, so quest-wise, I have a lot of stuff in the east, a lot of things ready to turn in, actually. I think the circle quest is also going back to the southeast. I have one in the northeast, which is the saplings. And then I also have a quest in the west here for the other person, looks like. So I think what I'm going to do... I wonder, it might be a good idea to go ahead and do my kind of break point. Not actually taking a break from the stream, of course, but what I'm thinking I'm going to do is go ahead and go into Moria and do that stuff. I feel like that would be an efficient use of my time. Alright, so let's spend 1 mythal coin. I feel like this is one of the better uses of mythal coin. Now you are at level 21, so you keep going. Keep it on going there, Mistweaver, past 20.
If we drive the orcs from
Oh no, didn't want to accept that quest. Where? Nope. All I wanted to do was do the book quest, so Orvar. Oh no, where is Orvar now? Is in Buzangar. I hate to do this, but I might spend another mythal coin if that is way out of the way. Oh, that's in Durin's Way. It is by that stable master. I wonder if I have that stable master on this character, Thrak Bazin. If not, I can probably travel there, but I do also want to make sure there are the Lothlorien instance quests, which I believe these guys have. I'd like to pick those up. I don't know if this character could solo these instances, but that would be something just because they are kind of Lothlorien. And it would give me some nice XP, of course, turning in these if I do want XP on this character. That's something to consider, but just because I'm doing Lothlorien, these are kind of technically-ish Lothlorien instances, even though I think they're in Moria. And the quests, of course, are located in Moria. That is something I feel like I could do on this character, but let's see what Stable Master paths I have here in this zone. It looks like I have Dolven View, Durin's Threshold, and 21st Hall. This one doesn't even have an option to travel to any of the things here in whatever zone this is, Durin's Way or something. Oh, we have to go on my goat. I can't ride my elk in here. It is unfortunate. Alright. Sometimes you have to go into Moria just to be able to appreciate being outside of Moria. And again, I don't dislike Moria so much anymore. It used to be a place I hate, but I don't mind it all that much right now. But compared to Lothlorien, having a character in Lothlorien, I feel like I got out of Moria on him finally. That is something I would rather just stay out of Moria if possible. But even with that again, I think having the experience in Moria would make me appreciate being outside of Moria even more. There are some neat sights to see and all that stuff in Moria, of course. So it's not all that bad. Have to look at it positively. And FF there, you said you are actually rather enjoying the stream. I'm glad you are enjoying it. I'm your night's entertainment. Well, thank you for that, and I am glad again that you are enjoying it. Hey, at least while we're in Moria, we get to kill some different things as well. Wow, I feel very OP when I'm killing level 53s. These have a lot less health, like almost 2,000 less health. My Bog Guardian doing stuff, I can just use this. And this is the strategy if you're really, I guess, built up or over leveled slightly on your Lore Master. A lot of enemies you can just run through and be a little bit lazy and just use this and let your pet do the rest. Might as well kill a Moreoval while we see one as well. Now this one's actually down to 4,600 morale. It really is. For the Lore Master, I feel like for this character it's just such a huge difference between being over leveled and under leveled. And it's probably the same for all the classes, but I really am feeling it right now with the Lore Master as a very stark contrast, I guess. So yeah, a lot of things to do in Moria. I also have my class quest. That would be good to do, actually. Not quite something I was planning on doing today, but that is actually something I should do. That's in the waterworks. I think I could go ahead and do all the Moria stuff. See, here's the part where I said there's some green in Moria. There's a little bit of sunlight, I think what's that supposed to be at least? And that somehow, I don't know, I guess lightens everything up here that you can actually have some trees and things grow. I think that is what that's supposed to be. I am not meaning to stare at the goat's butt, but I was trying to see, I think that's a little like crack up there. Hello, Butters. You said Aizna? And I'm unfortunately not quite sure what that means. Oh no, they aren't quite grouped up, but they're grouped up a little bit. Two of them are grouped up really, and my Wild Guardian is nowhere to be seen, but that thing is dealt with enough that I can go in here. Oh, is Orvar in this little cave camp thingy? Yeah, in the cave, rather.
This cavern was recently unearthed, and the gardens here still...
Oh no, I have to kill things in here? Am I on the right quest? Or am I doing the... I might not be doing the Lothlorien. I am doing the Lothlorien quest. I was going to say I could have accidentally got stuck on the Moria book quest. I know they go in here and have you do some stuff in here. But yeah, they are making me for the Lothlorien quest. At least, again, this is kind of a little bit nature-y part of Lothlorien. Hello, Eddie F. You said... you don't play LOTRO, but you do enjoy MMOs and at least watching my adventures. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I feel like I'm actually kind of similar. When I am in the mood for watching games, it's actually not LOTRO because I like playing LOTRO and I like streaming LOTRO and making videos on LOTRO. But for games that I don't play, that is usually when I would rather watch like streams or other people's content. And hello Nathan, no problem at all with being late. You come at a time when I'm actually not even in Lothlorien though, so that's unfortunate if you wanted to see Lothlorien. Things in Lothlorien were going slow, but definitely not in a bad way because it's such a nice zone. I had taken all these sites as we went along, and now we are in Moria. Okay, I need to execute a plan to destroy the source of the wilting rot, which I'm guessing is at the end of the cave or something. Which, how do I even get? Probably need to go down. And I need to defeat some Globsnaga warriors, which should be, I would hope, plenty easy. Alright, continue going down is, again, my guess. I don't know for sure with this quest. I know the other quests involved in this cave, you eventually do have to go down, from what I remember at least. The Moria book quest in here. The non-Lothlorien Moria book quest in here, that is. Alright, I feel like I've pulled plenty of enemies. These ones are the tougher variety because these are no longer level 50 something orcs. Globsnaga orcs. I wonder if they count in the deed, they actually count for both Globsnaga and Orc Slayer. That's pretty neat. Which is what I feel like it should be. And I think these are the first Globsnaga this character is actually killing. He did not get that far into Moria when I abandoned him. Again, that is, just to be clear, every time I feel the need to say it, it is not because of Moria, but it is because of situations of playing other characters and that type of stuff. Oh, so you have a booster going as well, Mistweaver. That's like extra fast for you than with the farming 2 level, but it is really good progress. I have a lot of XP boosters. Let's see, here's the Kirog. I don't know if I need that. Looks like you can continue going this cave, maybe? Not much. But yeah, I don't know for the destroying the source of the wilting rot. I was thinking of heading to the end of the cave, I guess because the Kirog was here. I remember the other quest heading here. Ooh, this could be dangerous, but let's see where this leads. Don't have the corresponding quest. Okay, so at least it doesn't let me in. I could need to go down there, but I feel like that's an instant death type thing. I'm trying to look to see if there actually would be a way up if I did decide to just like travel down there. It actually does look like there's a ramp. I don't see any enemies, but I really do wonder if I need to go down there for the quest or not. Maybe what I should do first is read the quest and see what it says. Okay, so it says, yeah, we're on the right one. Orcs can be found. Yes, we know that. Alright, kill them. Locate and destroy the source of the wilting rot within. That doesn't help me all too much. I don't know if the K-Rog was supposed to be the source of the rot. Okay, let's just jump down and see what happens. Oh, that was misadventure. Unfortunately, I was able to jump down like one tier there. This is not good because it's going to port me way back to this place. I feel like I should continue with this book quest because I'm not sure how much of it I have done before, and I'd like to do all that, but I assume it would actually go back to Lothlorien. I think I'm headed the wrong way. Let's go back up this way. But I really wasn't planning on being stuck in Moria. I don't, again, mind it overall being in here, but if I were better prepared, I feel like that is the big thing going on, is I just have had lack of preparedness for actually being in Moria, especially with like planning out the rest of the stream. I feel like also getting wrapped up relatively soon, just because I am tired, basically. And I feel like I should probably get towards a point where I could be finishing with this, and I don't think doing all this stuff in Moria is probably the best idea. It could be good to save that. I do want to go ahead and finish this wilting rot quest at the least, and then we'll see from there. So kind of set it as far as progress, just do one thing at a time, and then we'll see what we have after that. Because as far as I know, I actually only have the Lore Master book quest, and even traveling and bartering for my book. So I don't have all that much. It really depends on the Lore Master book quest, how much that involves for Lore Master book quest. I mean the Lore Master class quest. It depends how involved that is, how long that takes, for if I can do that. And if I do that, that means I would actually be done with Moria, so it'd be really nice to get done. But again, I don't want to be stuck in here all night, basically. It actually is nice, I think, to split up. Can be nice. Once you're actually in Moria, it's not all that bad. It's just the inconvenience, I guess, of traveling, but then there's all these extra travel options that's basically totally eliminated. And these annoying mobs. They are definitely annoying. That's one thing that used to bother me with Moria. One of the reasons I actually hated it way back in the day is things like this. Which I probably should just, like, Wizards fired everything to begin with, and I accidentally used my good cooldown. Okay, get my bog ready and I'll just go on my goat and run. I think I am still have my staff out. I really like when that happens, when your character is actually carrying their weapon even on a goat like this. It's extra nice on the high elf because you don't actually even put your hands on the mount. I think the idea is the high elves are so well balanced or something, they don't need to do that. I don't know for sure, but that's the idea I get from it. And why I don't actually have my hands helping hold me up here. House of Croissants, that sounds like somebody that would be farming and cooking as their primary means of leveling. That burglar was in that kinship. Oh no, I feel like they're going to knock me off the goat. But we will see. Maybe I am actually going to make an escape. They were not as well skilled goblins as I initially thought. so nice. I feel like I'm just keeping my inventory open because it's so nice to actually have a clean inventory. I actually really do consider this a clean inventory, even with only a little bit over a row free now. I know I have a lot of task items and stuff that would be super easy to sell, but oh, here's another quest. Oh, this is probably the plan. Oh no.
Is not of the natural world.
Okay. Yeah, so I was missing that the whole time anyway. And I'm guessing this is the K-Rog. Actually, I have to go to the K-Rog now. We will see on that. Wow, I made the same jump earlier, which I now know definitely where it leads me. Let's see, I don't have my strong cooldown for heal, for emergency heal if I get a little bit too many enemies on me. But at the same time, I am a big fan of fast traveling through things like this. Unlike Lothlorien, where I just like stood there and did nothing and looked around. This is a place where I feel the need to test myself to see how fast I can go through it. I just hope I can survive the whole time as well. We'll see if I get out of these enemies' aggro radius, or radius that they would stay in combat, and then I should be safe. But I'll probably still have quite a few Globs Naga on me. I just have to hope for the ones that do remain that I can get Lightning Storm off as the main thing. And yeah, here is a flat mossy stone I can use now, which I'm guessing will at least activate the K-Rog there. And most of the Globs Naga did run away, so that part was successful. I still don't have my Bog Guardian, but since I am a powerful Lore Master Wizard, I was able to get rid of these two orcs. Okay, let me use Sticky Tar. I don't know how quickly it will activate, but that's actually something that could help in the fight. Of course, Sticky Tar, for people that don't know with the Lore Master, it increases the movement speed of enemies as well, which is a nice thing if I did need to kite it around a little bit at the start there. I just noticed my morale was a little bit low, but it really does look like I'm safe now and getting all this good stuff. But also the decreased fire mitigation increases the damage enemies take from my fire spells, which is a lot of my spells. Okay, ready to turn that in. Also do wonder with this character, I know I keep mentioning XP gain and that sort of stuff, but it might be good for me to go ahead and stop using some of my XP boosts, especially for something like a pocket item where I have something that would provide valuable stats. Even the 10% chance to reflect 40 damage, just a little bit of a reflect there. But yeah, for this character, I don't care too much about his XP gain at this point, and if I really do, I can just fill it in with missions. Missions are very more so than they were before. They're rewarding to run, do the weekly, get at least for the weekly 15 missions done. Did I miss something or what happened here? Okay, I did not miss something. That actually was a dead end. Need to go up. That is the... Must have taken some weird path. Let's see, I've never had an issue with this before. I think I need to go this way though. Whenever my streams are titled, like right now it's titled Lothlorien, of course, Lothlorien, leveling, questing, or whatever on the Lore Master, I always feel the need to explain what I am doing. So for people that maybe are just joining the stream or something, I am obviously not in Lothlorien, I'm in Moria, and I am doing the book quest for Lothlorien, which just happened to be located in Moria at the moment. And that is why I'm in Moria, but I also thought it would be convenient to go ahead and travel to Moria to get my class quest potentially done. And also I need to barter for a book, the one you can barter for at level 58 with Kindred. With the Iron Garrison cards. Did I go to the same dead... Oh no, I'm about to die. That is not good. Maybe that's good because I was lost. It's overall not good, but I was paying zero attention to my character's morale. I just saw I'm about to die and I try to click my emergency button. It was not fast enough. Okay, that is okay. We can do this travel. I know where to go. I shouldn't even need to look at the map, but we might have to look at the map eventually. Anyway, hello to Foamborn, Part B, or PT, point B maybe? Either of those seem like they could work. But yeah, a few things to do in Moria that I would like to get done if possible on this character tonight while I'm here. It would be convenient. And I do think for the pocket item, overall getting something with stats would be more helpful at this moment, since I don't care too much. I almost still don't like to say that I don't care too much about XP gain, but that is the reality for this character. Just trying to get to the low 60s. 61 to 63 is the approximate range I would like to start Rise of Isengard content at. For the Lore Master, it's compared to other classes, so like other characters, I would much prefer to actually start Rise of Isengard maybe at level 60 or 61 even, but for the Lore Master I don't mind going up to even 63, but a little bit closer to on level to start, just because I know the Lore Master kills a lot easier, and some things being way under leveled with the Lore Master, as we have seen, can be a little bit extra slow, I feel like. Let's go ahead and just get this Moria Rider. I wonder how my deeds are. Actually, goblins in Moria, I only need 20 something more after that one. It could almost be worth considering staying here in Moria just to complete that deed. We'll see what of course, what the Lore Master class quest brings. I honestly don't remember the level 58 Lore Master class quest, so whenever we get to that, we'll see what it brings. I also should untrack. I'm just going to untrack everything in Lothlorien for now, and just focus on the stuff that I have in Moria, which is just these 3 things. I keep feeling like I have more and more to do in Moria, but it really is just the book quest and the class quest. I was trying to comment on something with the goat, but I just don't really have too much of a comment or anything to say about the goat. Oh, we did have to open the map, unfortunately. So what class, you're wondering, Oscar, what class handles late game solo content the best? And I feel biased a little bit saying Warden, but I think Warden really does handle late game solo content very well. Other classes like Hunter do pretty well with things like that. Beorning is a little bit odd. My experience with my Beorning is probably a little bit off, to be honest, so it's probably not good to say how well Beornings do with like just soloing content or solo content, regular landscape quests, that type of stuff at high levels. Let's see, talk to Orvar. He is right here. How did I miss that? Talk to Browen. Oh no, he is. Where is he? Is he still outside of Moria? Or is he actually inside Moria? Browen, he is in the Mustering Hall in Sulnul Doom, west of the Stone Hall, Long Journey's Way. Okay, northeast of where I am right now, basically. Yeah, I don't remember specifically doing these Lothlorien book quests up to this point. It's probably because I did it on all my old characters. I never wanted to go back to Moria, so I just never did that. Also wasn't the biggest book quester back in the day. It's something I find I enjoy a little bit more now. And also with like the complete zone playthroughs, that's something I definitely enjoy a lot more now. I feel like as time goes on, I'm more and more like completionist style with LOTRO. At least when I take a character through a zone, I like to do all these stuff there. And usually if I don't, it is because of time limitations, or I have some other exciting things like my Hunter and Trollshaws. I would have stayed there to complete all the deeds and Trollshaws on my Hunter, but Wildwood came out and I was on that Hunter specifically to prepare him for Wildwood, so Wildwood kind of took over, and I still actually have to do the deeds on Wildwood and Wildwood on my Hunter. And yeah, I could go back on him, go back to Trollshaws on him, and he'd be quite a bit over leveled now, but I almost feel like I still want to, like that's an unfinished thing, and that's definitely not the way I used to be. Cannot command my pet at the time. That is okay. Is Browen actually in Zergziggle? I don't think he is. Yeah, it just says the peaceful path. So probably I had to take a different turn. There's my bog guardian. Finally decided to join me.
Uzengar is safe.
Find mining records for Rowan. Okay. Hopefully these are here and not somewhere else, but we will see. I'll read the quest. Chamber of Wisdom, Knowledge, and Deep Thought can be found throughout the Great Delving. Why are all these... Oh no, Mazog, we're... Okay. We're doing Mazog stuff. I kind of forgot about that. I don't really like to do this, but I almost feel like looking at the LOTRO wiki to see how much more of the stuff is actually in Moria rather than in Lothlorien. Okay, how about I will not do that and just try to enjoy it. And again, it's not so much about Moria. It's just all this, especially all this running around, not really too much back and forth, but just going all these different far away places. And Moria is actually the annoying thing right now. And if I had known about it, I guess, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Or if Moria was can be an interesting place to travel. I mean, Moria has its sites and things like that, but if it were more interesting to travel in, that would help. 21st Hall. I think actually the strategy is to go to 21st Hall. This will also let me do the stuff that I need to do in 21st Hall. And I might actually set my milestone to 21st Hall for a specific thing that I'm thinking of. And yeah, I feel like it's Moria. I just feel the need to keep on repeating that I do like Moria questing nowadays, but maybe just saying it is Moria is a good thing to start. So we're setting that to 21st Hall. That is because I do have my travel to Karis Galadan on this character, and I can travel to the water wheel area, which I am not even seeing here. That would be one of the camps, maybe Jarzagund, which might be actually Yazragund, don't know. But yeah, I need to travel there. Maybe that's even one I could just spend the mythical coin for my Lore Master quest to travel there if I don't have that travel unlocked. Ooh, there's actually 4 places I need to go in the Great Delvings for that. But as far as stuff to do in the 21st Hall, from the Iron Garrison Guards, I want to say, if I find that barter. See, there's one of them. This one is Iron Garrison Guards. This one I need to buy
The merchant halls of Khazad-dûm lie in darkness now.
the Lore Master book, the Book of Nature. And I can read that, and I will get, just for reading that, spending 2 gold, 500 silver at level 58. You do have to have kindred reputation with Iron Garrison Guard, so there's that extra prerequisite. But you get 1 class trait point and 20 LOTRO points from that. So that is nice. I'm actually curious how my LOTRO points are doing. It's something I've oddly been tracking. It seems like a lot with you all the past month or so, and I'm up to 4,100. That means that I have gotten... I think I have gotten maybe close to 300 to 400 from just normal leveling questing activities the past month or so. So LOTRO points can add up from just playing the game and getting some deeds done. I am stuck, by the way. I'm lagging right now. Seems like this stream is doing okay, at least according to OBS. There we go. Now we can move. Oh, temporarily. Hanging. There we go. Maybe. But yeah, for the next quest, let's go ahead and just... Again, I hate doing that with the mythical coin. Let me double check. Maybe it is Thrak Bazin is the camp there. The Rotting Cellar, that is what that is. I feel like I'm either blind or the Rotting Cellar isn't even on there. Dolben View? Chamber of the Crossroads? No. I know I can search it, but I feel like it's not an option to actually travel from here. Okay, it is not. Let's try Dolben View and see if that has an option to travel to the, whatever it's called, Rotting Cellar. It might be because of whatever pathing they have that you just can't, for some reason, go through Zelamalek, the Flaming Deeps, all that stuff from 21st Hall. So it could be some sort of pathing issue to have a travel there. This one has Deep Descent. Okay, we might be going a really weird way with this, but I'm going to go to the Deep Descent. And it's a pretty short travel, so this is not too much of a time investment. We also do get the Sights of Moria. It actually does feel nice to be back here. I said that a couple times, I think, but for this character, since I abandoned him in Moria, I didn't really get the full experience with that. And it's a place, once you get inside it, that's where I feel like I have less issues, rather than the idea of traveling to it when I'm like in Lothlorien. It's one of those type of things, just like once you actually do it, at least for me, once I actually do it and actually get inside Moria, it's not all that bad. As long as I don't have to stay here for a very long time, that is. Be watchful for such dark weapons to be. Okay, thanks for the advice. I forgot I didn't even need to go down here. I'm just like, whenever I go to a camp like this, a stable master like this, I usually talk to people, do things. Okay, the Rotting Cellar, we can go there. See, I saved a mythal coin by doing all these slow travels. And slow travels are nice because you get to just like relax and take the scenic route. Not as pretty as the Lothlorien scenic route. And hey, Vulgar TG, it is going pretty well, even though I'm inside Moria and it's supposed to be a Lothlorien stream. Yeah, basically looking on the bright side of being in Moria, that it's nice for this character to get back into it, and we're getting a scenic view of the goat going in a little bit of weird pathing and weird turns to actually take me to the Rotting Cellar. Wonder if it would be better if I just zoom in first person. Probably not, if I had to guess. I like being able to see my character, but it's kind of hard to get the camera, it seems like, in a good position that works for everywhere you're traveling. We'll try this one, it doesn't seem to be too bad. Well, the goat's almost walking. Now he's walking on the railroad track there. Seems like it would want to... I don't know goats all that well, but it seems like it would want to be slightly off. Not necessarily running right on the side of the railroad track there. The minecart track, I guess, is what it would be like. I don't think there are quite trains in this game. See, now I feel the need to look up because we can't really see where we're going. To be non-lazy, I should actually just have my hand on the mouse the whole time and pan as I want to see these places. So we're in the waterworks. I actually do want to look at the map, see where I'm going with this. Okay, so we're going around in this kind of loop area, and I think that'll eventually take us to the stable master, is what is going on. So we have a reference for where we're actually traveling and all this. This kind of brings me back to the days when the legendary servers went to Moria, and I was doing a lot of the Moria content. That was the last time I really seriously did Moria. I think I brought my Runekeeper here to quest a little bit last year, but that was all I have really done. And this just really does bring me back, like the lore master getting into Lothlorien and then me just abandoning him mainly to play my warden way back when the legendary servers went to Moria. That is a couple years ago, I believe. And as that happened, I want to say a few streams ago, the lore master has returned, of course, so we are back on him after that like couple year break. I've found to be really in the mood just for the lore master class in general lately, so that has been, I think, an extra beneficial thing with returning to him, and of course having the motivator for doing Rise of Isengard content, since I think it'd be more fun on the lore master rather than the Beorning, who I plan to do a lot of the group content with the Rise of Isengard on. Collect lore fragments. That sounds like a lore mastery thing. I wonder who I collect these from. Oh, I have to actually pick them up. They aren't enemy drops. I was hoping they were enemy drops. I'm guessing what's going to happen is there are 12 specific ones that I need to pick up. 12 specific lore fragments. We'll see if that's actually the case. But this sounds like it is a quest of traveling, which is okay. And I do feel like probably after this lore master class quest, I'll probably wrap up with things. Maybe, depending how long it takes, maybe we could look at the book quest. I'm not all sure on that. I do also want to log on my warden for the mission, so I'll see after this quest. Maybe just because I am getting tired. Sleepy tired. Wonder what's the best way if I just travel around here, if that will work. So the last content update to the legendary servers is that when it was actually December with Gondor level 100. The next update will be level 105, which is coming next week, probably on Tuesday. And then the Mordor, I think, is planned currently to be in August, if I remember correctly, August of this year, which would be 4 months from now. Which honestly, at this point, actually early on with the legendary servers, I feel like they raised the level cap and all that sort of stuff actually too fast. But at this point, I don't mind them kind of hurrying things up and getting us caught up to the regular servers, just particularly at this point. I really feel like they went through Rohan very slowly. It's like for me, the opposite of what I would have rathered. I wouldn't have minded if East Rohan and West Rohan were like 1 or 2 months each even before they increased the level cap. It might be a little bit extreme. Statue torso piece. This is not even a quest item that I need. I thought it might have been. Let's see, lore fragments. These guys don't drop lore fragments, do they? Nope. They give me some deed progress, but I don't really plan to do these Moria deeds on this character. Okay, I think I need to fight them. They're being too annoying. At this point, they just need to get lightning stormed. I think all the lore master things that I need, Sage's Locker, that's probably the scholar item for the supreme tier, but I feel like all the lore master stuff I need is like up from here, like above the floor, and on whatever that level is that I think the camp is actually on, that I kind of sort of drop down from. Up there basically is where I think I need to go. Now, how to get up there, that is one problem I honestly do not know. As one problem with the Moria in general, how to actually get somewhere that you need to go when you are not familiar with the place. First of all, I think leaving that Globsnaga camp would be helpful, and maybe this will take me somewhere if I can even get up on that. I might not be able to even do that. The good news is there are other steps here, but the bad news, these are also blocked. Okay, there's a ramp up. Let's try that one. I might actually rename the stream. I have like a secondary part of the title there about like how fun or something Lothlorien is, because I wanted to test that with the questing. I did a little bit with that. We'd spent a good chunk of time actually in Lothlorien with questing, but I might change the title, because as I actually do the stream, I can update what it actually goes on. As much as I can plan with streams, things don't always work out as planned. I might have to retitle it to Lothlorien leveling, keep that part of course, but then and the return to Moria. Okay, so I think I am on the right track going up here. This is actually, so I think this is where I left this character off when we kind of heard, whoa, no. Oh no, this is a problem with Moria as well. I didn't even fall this time, I just got knocked back off. That is all that progress. I wonder, I might just be able to run through this on my goat though. Seems like I should be able to. Oh, actually I ran away. Okay, I still have a couple toads following me. Yeah, I surprisingly survived. That is a good point. That I am really surprised I was able to survive that huge knockback, but it's still overall an annoying event. Hopefully I can run back and not get all these things aggroed on me, especially this glass looking spider, What is it even called? It actually is called a glass spider. Wow. I just called it a glass-looking spider. But it turns out it's actually named something glass spider. Okay, so get these 2 lore fragments, and then go back around and go where I'm supposed to, which seems like up on this tier. Lost Treasury. Oh, this is the instance, I believe. It makes sense that it's here, but I somehow did not know that. For some reason, I thought that instance was maybe in the Silver Teen Loads, but I guess it is right here. What am I looting? Burglars Club of the Third Age. A Beacon of Hope. I really hope this quest is a Beacon of Hope, because I don't feel like I have much hope with Moria here and the issues we have had in Moria so far. Okay, 2 out of 12 lore fragments. Again, just have to think about it as like one thing at a time, one lore fragment at a time, and eventually it will get done. Oh, here's another lore fragment. See, Lore Master can kill things quickly, you just have to actually use Lightning Storm, not even care that you're just fighting a single enemy. When I'm not fighting enemies all that often, I definitely feel like I can use Lightning Storm on a single target like that. And ideally, I won't at least be fighting enemies all that frequently. Just collecting these lore fragments and avoiding combat. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm headed on the wrong path here. So how can I stay up on this level and get to the north? And that might not be possible. Let's see. I don't think I can use that ladder. We went to the treasury there. We need to go north from here. So we need to go basically right... Yeah, right back over there. And I can't quite tell with the quest tracker where it is. Maybe that level, if I can go to that platform. Maybe the strategy is to die. I don't remember where the res circle is, but I almost feel like that would be a convenience. Happens a lot on accident, but sometimes it can be useful to jump down and die. I hate to do it. Hate to purposefully try to get my character killed, and that didn't even happen. Now we have probably a minute. Actually, only 18 seconds of slowness. So for people that don't know, that sometimes happens if you fall on sloped surfaces like that. It'll kind of break the fall for you. And sometimes you could actually go away completely injury-free with falls like that. So it's actually a little bit of a 2-for-1 in a way. Because, so it sounds like Mistweaver, you believe it's back at the quest hub, and that's what I was thinking. If I died and went to the res circle and went back to the quest hub, then I could just go south along there and make sure I don't fall. But while we're here, I'll actually just travel to the west and go ahead and get that stuff. Get the lore fragments down there. Oh no, I definitely should turn my Bog Guardian on guard mode rather than on aggressive mode in Moria here. Okay, got a Ring of Fire one shot and killing that salamander. Now back on the goat. And yeah, at this point, it's going to be hard to not keep sinking in my chair. As much as I would like to gather that wood, I also do not want to. Best path, I do not know. This water is so murky looking. So foggy, not clear. The lore fragment behind me, that is not good. I don't know where that was, where the salamander was. Was there a lore fragment down there? Or are you talking about when I was killing up at the top earlier? Or earlier when I searched here, I did not find any that were down at this level. But it could be possible, I suppose, that there is one. So if you could comment if it was on this like vertical level here. Like way back over there. At ground level? Okay, I will have to double check on that. I thought I already checked everywhere on the ground level with that area, but I will double check. And maybe if I don't get it, I can just jump down if I need that. Okay, let's try to get away from that toad. Ball Guardian is no longer on aggressive, so that is good. Don't remember these doors. Oh, I can just open it. That is nice. I was concerned that there would be some sort of gating. This is the Great Wheel. Okay, lore fragments. That's ancient dwarf text. Here's one. These are Glob's Naga brawlers. Wow, I don't think these will be like the brawlers we're getting, but see, there are brawlers in the game. They use two-handed axes, at least these brawlers do. For the enemies, I assume it's supposed to be like just some generic name sort of thing for a melee combatant. Unstable mushroom. Gross. It's an ancient dwarf text. I think my bog guardian is actually keeping that Glob's Naga orc there distracted. Okay, so one to the southwest, I believe just at the end of the camp here, it looks like. I'm actually going to turn floating imps on and see if I can avoid these Glob's Naga, and I was unsuccessful in that attempt. Might as well just pull them all so they can all get lightning stormed, ideally. And it looks like they're doing their annoying mushroom things. Oh no, I don't even have lightning storm off cooldown, but that is okay because I have Ring of Fire, which is a similarly strong spell, but then we have the guy at range and they're just being annoying enemies right now. Okay, so at this point, I really do have to consider if it is worth dying, and I think it actually would for traveling for it to be worth dying. If I had to guess. Okay, it actually won't even let me attempt to go out that way. But maybe if I can get out pretty easily and travel north, it maybe would be best for me to continue this way. Yeah, here are some openings. Let's see, I think that is a ramp that I will be able to jump on. Just have to get on this wheel and fall off it. Wow, I somehow came away injury-free from that. Now the glowworm, if I remember correctly, that will attempt to attack, so I might as well, while I'm swimming anyway, might as well go ahead and pull it, and if my bog guardian would bother helping, which I have no idea where he is, so probably got stuck somewhere. I just need to move my mount while we're in Moria to my keybind. Kinda getting... Preferred to use Shift M for my keybind, that's what I use for the mount, rather than have to click it every time. Oh, got rooted right here. Oh, he didn't even knock me off my goat, how nice of him. So Mistweaver, you are level 27 now. See, that is really, it seems like it has slowed down the time per level gain, of course, but that really is still going crazy fast as far as levels. I wonder if that's a good way to farm LOTRO points. I don't know for doing crafting if you get LOTRO points from doing specifically the leveling and upping the tiers with that. But that would be a way you could at least semi-AFK. I don't remember how involved farming is. But I am curious on that. I should probably just, yeah, lightning storm these things. I'll let the bug guardian do whatever it's doing. and I will get these lore fragments. It is actually possible that there will be 4 lore fragments up here, and I don't need to go to every specific one here. So if you had a 200% XP boost, yeah, it definitely sounds like it would be level 30 by now if you had a 200% XP boost. I might actually try that. Again, I talked about trying a character farming, but that is something I might actually put some effort into trying and investigating that. Since I have tons of XP boosts actually on the server that I just don't really, it's usually not something that I want to level really fast. I think my Baroning is the only character where I'd actually really want to use XP boosts at this point. Perhaps I could even do it on my Baroning, actually, just switch him. He's Explorer right now, I wouldn't want to really ruin that. But something, so each Supreme Field you plant gives 50 XP with 100% booster. Okay, so yeah, you would get 100 each field with a 200%. So it might not work exactly that way. So you have your base XP, and then you get that doubled with 100%. And then, yeah, that 200%. So a 200% booster would triple the base XP up to 75 XP. While if you had a, what's the best way to put this? If you had 2 100% XP boosts and not one 200% XP boost, that would be 100 XP. But, wow, this was really nice with Lightning Storm on these Lobby mobs because they just die from it. One more lore fragment that is not the Sage's Locker, somewhere slightly west of me. It's like right here. Oh, maybe it's actually right here. Yeah, right here, right up there. And then we'll be ready to turn this in. I'm guessing, unfortunately, getting myself defeated will be the best strategy. So my Ball Guardian looks like it disappeared, which is probably at this point it's been doing more annoying things. Yeah, if there were a 100% bonus XP weekend going on while you did that, and with a 200% XP boost, that would be 150 XP. Or maybe that's not what you're talking about, but if you did have a 200% XP boost along with a 100% weekend, that would be 150 XP per field. And on top of that, if you had like rested XP, bonus XP, that gives double as well, so that would actually move it up to 300%, which is a lot. Alright, best way to travel back. Best way other than spending mythal coins to travel back. I think the best way by far is mythal coins, but I try to avoid that. And I don't remember exactly where the res circle is, but that is something that I want to find out, and I think it is near the camp. So we're going to very slowly let the spell glass spider attempt to defeat me. Wow. Lore Masters are supposed to be squishy, but when you're just waiting for a spider to defeat you. I really hate this strategy because I just hate getting my character killed if I don't need to. But I guess I need to right now. But yeah, I'm a super squishy Lore Master until I actually want something to kill me. Of course, it's 5 levels below me and it's a little spider that seems to do nothing. But then I'm super squishy if I try to go up against like 4 or 5 orcs on level, which makes sense that I'd be a lot squishier in that situation, but this is just like a very dramatic showing of that, I guess, highlight of that. Anyway, as we are hopefully getting sort of wrapped up, I would pull a few more, but actually there might be some that are somewhat nearby. I did not see any that were nearby at first, but these guys might be able to help. I probably should have just moved into a... Actually, I want it to be more painful for the character, but it actually is going to be less painful if I get myself defeated faster. And I keep saying defeated specifically because it's not like you're really killing yourself in this game. You're just getting defeated. Your morale's dropped to 0. Actually, incapacitated, rather. I guess it says defeated, but you get incapacitated, enemies get defeated. So I was just wanting to incapacitate myself so I could retreat to the res circle, which does conveniently take me basically right to the camp. So that is why that is a strategy for people that don't actually know it. So you can go to the res circle and get basically a free port that can sometimes be very convenient for travel. Of course, you run into issues with your armor. Something got damaged there. It looks like some jewelry. All right, let's see if the Lore Master class quest, I forget what.
Would you do something?
Oh, to Rivendell. I can go to Rivendell if I use my return to Bree, but then I can't get back to Bree. I got Karis Gladwin. I might have to spend a mithril coin here. I know this is exactly what I have mithril coins for, but it is so hard for me to actually make myself spend those. So we'll go ahead and do that. Also, this took us right to Elrond's library. That would have been a lot of travel. Defeat Great Roar. Okay, that sounds like a funny name. Oh no, somewhere in the waterworks. There's a lot of, I don't know, back and forth. That's the best thing to call it, but a lot of traveling going all around Middle Earth. So I have all these little lore scraps, all these pages, but I don't have the actual book that these pages go to. Okay, at least we have our strategy for how to get there. First we go to the Dolven View. I can't even use a mithril coin. If I want to use a mithril coin, I can't even do that to travel there. Then from the Dolven View, I believe it's called Deep Descent, not Durin's Threshold. All these D names. It is easy to get those confused. There's Dolven View, Deep Descent, Durin's Threshold. All three of those start with D. And even the Great Delving, the delving part starts with D. That's Durin's Way for the zone in the north. And then the zone in the south is just Silverteam modes, but lots of Ds going on. Durin's, Delving, Deep Descent. Okay, now we get to go to the Rotting Cellar. I forget, maybe, hopefully this is, once I collect this book, that will be it. Don't quite have my reward that will give me a clash trait point yet with this, but I'm hoping we're almost wrapped up with this, which means it's probably good for me to do some outro-y type stuff of sorts, which I guess I could actually do when I get on my warden. Just check the missions, might not even run the missions if they are ones. Yeah, I probably won't run the missions. I might just accept the missions and not even do that as a part of the stream. Or maybe as I'm doing the outro, I'll just accept the missions. But either way, that is something I want to do today. Just can't forget. And yeah, really with this character, with what we have done today, we had a lot of fun questing in Lothlorien, but a lot of unexpected stuff in Moria. And again, Moria, to repeat this for the umpteenth time, it feels like Moria is not that bad to me anymore. But we ran into a lot of the annoying stuff with Moria, and particularly with the Lore Master Lothlorien book quest and the Lore Master class quest. Both of these have brought a lot of annoyances to light with Moria that has actually reminded me of why I dislike it, unfortunately. But the navigation, for one, we ran into some issues with that. Eventually got it down and it wasn't too bad, but it did take a moment. And then two, a lot of traveling and running around different areas, and you don't have as many fast travel options as you do nowadays in Lotros. I feel like in the old days of Lotro, with that older, slower playstyle, it probably wouldn't be so bad with all the traveling we were doing and having to take like the slow stable master that is going on here. Just to give a better view, I'll go ahead and actually do this now that we're getting, I think, somewhat towards the end of this travel. But yeah, those two things, as well as the annoying enemies, stunning, rooting, that type of stuff, even if they aren't actually killing me. And Bruno, you were wondering, a hypothetical question, if I could change one major system in Lotro, what would I change? And that is very easy. Clash trait points. I do not like the way you have to get clash trait points. I believe it is a very big flaw of the game and something that should not be the way it is. And that is what I would change. I have a video on that topic. I actually have like 2 videos on that topic, and one is way old though. I have one more recent that was in late 2020, if I remember correctly, on class trait points. And then I will have another one that is going to be a guide, but I will take the opportunity during that video just to bring that issue to point again. I feel like that's something I should do, like a monthly video, just because it is one of my, just something that I believe is very bad with the game. There are not a lot of things quite that bad that I can say that so assuredly, I guess, with LOTRO, but that is, yeah, something for me to be very negative about. Like, of all the things in LOTRO, even things like mounted combat, the annoyances there, navigation in Moria, class balance, even things like that, class trait points, easily triumphs all of that as far as changing things goes for me. And that is also the class trait point issue, is basically why I'm not playing my Guardian on the server as well. Just some background there. Basically, I need to do the West Rohan questing to get the trait points on my Guardian. And I don't want to do West Rohan. I don't find the questing there to be fun, but then I need to do it to actually get those trait points on my Guardian for it to be built well and have all the trait points that it can have, which I would want to have on the character, and then I just feel bad that I don't have those, and then I know that I need to do West Rohan to get those, and then I just don't want to play my Guardian because of that. And that is the short version and a good example of a character that I'm not playing just because of that issue. And it was very hard for me to get my Warden through that, and my Runekeeper did get through West Rohan and Central Gondor, but probably won't get him through Old Althorian. And that is why at high levels I am basically stuck to one character usually. On Arkenstone it's a little bit different because they have the level 120 Valor where you can skip a lot of that, but I also don't believe that that is a good system, that it's just like pay to skip. I don't really like having to feel like I need to buy that stuff on top of like paying for subscription, buying expansions. I don't think the toad would have actually aggroed, but I have so many things chasing me anyway. Might as well have that thing join. We'll eventually get there with this quest. That's just all I have to. We saw how slow it took the one thing to kill me, so I don't think I run into much issue of dying from all this. Maybe I should just kill these things. They're all in melee. That way I could at least get on my mount and some of my Bog Guardian back. If they're all grouped together and not really a bunch of range mobs, that is something I can do. But yeah, with the server, as far as high level content goes, I'm basically going to be stuck on my Warden because of the trait point issue, and also characters like my Beorning that's going to be going through the Rise of Isengard content, and that character will probably get abandoned like my Guardian. After that, my Hunter, who I've had a lot of enjoyment on, he is a character that probably also would not be long-term and would get stuck before Rohan. Really would depend on the Rise of Isengard content. It's kind of hard after, I would even say after level 50, once you get to Moria, for a bunch of alts for me to have a good variety of content. I think this is the Great Roar. Somehow Great Roar, I did not expect that to be a toad of all things. I expected it to be a bear, actually. Which seemed very unrelated to what was going on, but apparently this Great Roar has the book that I need. And yeah, if they had pay to skip, account-wide is definitely good with that. Okay, let's do the advanced strategy of getting incapacitated rather than getting myself defeated. Okay, if the Bog Guardian brings more things to attack me, that is actually good. I just need to actually dismiss the Bog Guardian so everything's attacking me. Look how much faster I'm getting killed when I have all these things. And you know how satisfying of a lightning storm this would be? Okay, I can't pass this up. They'll probably, yeah, they at least killed me anyway, but I thought I would try to do the lightning storm because it was too many enemies there for just because it was off cooldown just to have that. And even to me, just to go on the trait points again, did I get my trait point? I did get my trait point. I think that grind to me is more annoying and worse than both legendary items, imbued legendary items, and virtue traits, which are both pretty insane grinds. I find the trait points, getting those way worse than both of those two previous ones, which are the two other long-term character progression systems that you need to grind up while you level before you even get to end game. Yeah, I find the trait points way worse than both of those combined, unfortunately. Anyway, we are done with the Lore Master class quest. Of course, we have the Fellowship one, and that's actually in the Forges of Khazad-dûm. For some reason, I thought all the class quest level 58 ones were in the Foundations of Stone instance, which I forget the name of right now. Dark Delving, maybe? But anyway, yeah, I thought it was that Foundations of Stone instance, but apparently it's not with the Lore Master, it is the Forge of Khazad-dûm, but I don't plan to do that. I got my trait point. That's the important part from this whole thing that I'm doing right now, the trait point. Hewers of Stone is my next quest for finding mining records. One thing I will look at the LOTRO wiki for a Lothlorien book quest leaves Lothlorien, just to see what all there is. I don't think that took me to the right place. Yes, okay, so this is what I want to look at. I'm on the Hewers of Stone, and then Lost Workshop is going to continue in Moria. I just don't know if a lot of this is in Moria. It actually basically all is in Moria. I probably don't quite want to continue with it. It looks like Volume 2, Book 8 is next. And that would be, yeah, a lot of instances, actually. So I don't think I'm interested in continuing actually the book quest with Lothlorien. Unfortunately, that means the time. I don't want to say it was wasted time, but that means the time I spent in Moria working on the book quest. Probably could have just abandoned that if I had known. It would have continued in Moria. But I think that is a good point to get wrapped up with the stream in this character. Let me first get outside of Moria. I will just cancel that quest so I don't have to worry about it in my quest log. I'll even go ahead and cancel that quest. But I will get out of Moria. We'll be back in Lothlorien. We are set on the right path. As much as Moria was, we are back on the right path with Lothlorien, and we will have a fresh start back in Lothlorien in the next stream on this character, which I'm very much so looking forward to. After the issues and roughness, I still enjoyed my time overall, so don't get me wrong on that, but very happy to be back in Lothlorien and back out of the issues that happen to be located in Moria. But yes, the issues of Moria, and I have a lot of quest turn-ins, but I think that is good to save later because I am tired and it is bedtime. So as rough as that may be to hear, that is basically the state right now. The state of me right now. So as I do my outro stuff, I will go on the warden and just accept the missions and see what all I need to do. With those, if there are any, I might do like 1 or 2 at most. Maybe. Usually if I say that, I end up actually doing more than 1 or 2 missions, but at the very least I want to accept them on the warden. Now, we'll do some outro type stuff. I have to remember what I usually do. Oh yeah, so in review today, we did some Lothlorien questing, which actually was fun. I will probably change the title again with the stream to Lothlorien leveling, and then the other part of it is actually Return to Moria, and now we are saying goodbye to Moria, hopefully forever, on this character. Just because of the issues, it has bad memories for this specific Lore Master character. He was stuck in there for a couple of years, and then when he finally found his way out, he went back into Moria and ran into tons of issues. And that is basically what happened in this stream. So overall with the Lothlorien questing though, we'll do a sidetrack from the questing. The zone itself is beautiful and distracting, and we had a bunch of good scenery going on there. Ooh, we have the new weekly. Is it really? Oh, it is new weekly time. That means I did not get the 45 missions weekly done, but that is okay. All right, let's see if there are new ones. Archers at the Gate I have done. Oh, I do have this mission, the story-based mission, but I probably don't want to do that today. I'll save it for when we're actually playing the Warden. I'm guessing these are all ones that I have completed today based on, yeah, I actually remember doing these when they were not ones that I had completed. I have as far as, I really would like to get these done next week. I have 62 of 80, so I have 18 options left, which means at least 3 more days worth of potential days where there could be missions that I have not done before on this character. So I'm going to keep logging in on this Warden every day to check these missions, but currently I have none to do that I have not already completed. And yeah, that is all for this Warden, and look for future content. I will actually share this in the chat. For people that don't know, I have a video scheduled to premiere tomorrow. There is a small chance that there could be an issue with it. I actually have not checked it because sometimes my renders go wrong and don't actually, they like render the raw recording rather than all the stuff that I edited. So I will have to double check that, but that should be good and set for 8 a.m. tomorrow, which I could potentially be late to my own premiere, but I have a class at 9 a.m. right after that. So that is basically the only time it works for me. And we have the, as far as actually during the middle of the day, I thought about doing it at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 11 a.m. my time, but that is also when there's the chat with Sev, and I didn't want to take away from that at all. So ooh, I probably shouldn't have accepted that quest, so I can make sure I keep track of that being one of the glowing ones. Anyway, yeah, that is what is going on. I also do plan to stream Saturday, but don't know exactly when as far as that goes, so I will see on that. And that is basically all that I have for you all. And with this stream, I hope you all did enjoy it, even with all the complaining about, again, not necessarily Moria, but the stuff that went on in Moria. And enjoyed especially the Lothlorien questing, and now getting ready for the fresh start that we will have the next time I get on that Lore Master. And if you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. Thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.